Hey, Charlie, can you hear me okay? Hey, Julie. All right, cool, ka-choo. Let's hope I don't crash this shit like I normally do. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be hilarious? Hey, Muffin. Hey, Mama. I gotta figure out how to get my special guest up in here. Y'all should be so excited about who I have coming. And don't say anything, Mom. I think I have to log in through. Hey, Mimi. Hey, Cali girl Amy. How's it going? We'll see. Hey, pup. What's going on, Bubba? How you doing? Oh, I gotta change this to live chat. Don't want to miss anything. And just so we're clear, ain't nobody blocked. Hello, my Shani. As you can see by her Abby, that's my beautiful niece, Ireland, and she's so cute, and I love her so much, and I can't wait to hold her and hug her and kiss her and do all those fun things. Yay. Just saying. Yo, I'm low-key. I'm like nervous about this. I'm not even gonna lie. Low-key. Gotta do up for this. I don't normally ask this, you guys. Can you guys please share it? I want to make sure, you know, these people that I address don't have the quote-unquote opportunity to speak for themselves. And if they would like to come on panel, I have no problem doing so. I know, aren't they? Oh my God. I live for those cheeks. How amazing is that little girl, though? She has my heart. She had my heart from conception. Cheeks and lips for days, y'all. For days. I'm actually going to plug in my computer so it doesn't die. So it won't die. Well, that's the thing. They can come, you know what? I take it y'all know what I'm going to address right now. And that's cool. That's all exciting. But I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this first and foremost. I am only speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for anyone else. I'm only speaking on my behalf and how I feel. The wrenches I have in here. Oh, I got a wrench. I got a wrench pop. Sorry. Sorry, Pop. There you go, my dear. And you know what's funny? I've only been up for what, 10 minutes? And I already have 2 thumbs down. Baby, it's engagement. It doesn't matter. Thank you, Pop. You know, you and your freaking mouth, but here's the thing. You speak the truth, okay? You speak the unadulterated truth. And people don't like that. They don't like hearing the truth. They don't like hearing the fact that, you know, they're an asshole. And I will be addressing such things. Who's Pup? He is this amazing guy that he just started coming around, actually showing himself. I don't know if he's been around for a while, but he's been coming around to my chats, Dawn's chats. And he's really chill. He's a cool guy. He's cuckoo ka-choo. Huh, Moosh. Hi to Moosey Moose. Hey, Jenny. I'll leave it up. Hey, I need the watch time, Beach. Right, Moose? I need the watch time. Oh, yeah. You're my big boy. Oh. Hey, Missy. How are you? I should actually monitor that backside there. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Hey, Carrie. Oh, you're blocked.
Sorry, Todd.
I said Carrie and it thought I said Siri. Carrie, you're blocked. Yous be blocked, bitch. She's in her Abby, Jenny. Isn't she boofo? Jenny, I told you, I sent you the thing to let you know she posted on Periscope. And see, that's where I was initially going to take all of this because, to be completely honest, I wasn't going to give this the airtime on my channel, but yet, and then I thought about it and I said, well, you know what? I have nothing to hide. I talk about mental health on my channel, newly diagnosed. So I don't pretend to know everything, Miss Diahann. Let's just start. Let's just go right on in. But at the end of the day, no, just because you say you have bipolar does not mean you get to call myself and a friend of mine bipolar twins, especially when little Miss Feces, Felicia, wants to diagnose people. Okay, I didn't know TWD was on. But not for nothing. You had no problem going in on me for the better part of an hour. Did I drag Felicia for days in that scope or in that hangout that Dawn did? Yep, I sure as fuck did. She deserved every single fucking minute of it. Every minute of it. She is a vile excuse for a human being. Oh, wait a minute. Jenny, you need a wrench. So I'm not going to play it because I don't want to strike. But if it comes down to it, I will play it on another platform, Scope, whatever, or post it somewhere where it can't be touched because I'll just upload the audio. You got to go into your groups or click on Shannon's name in Periscope and it will show up there. That's how my mom had to do it because she missed the actual upload or the stream. So she had to click on Shannon's screen name. If you go into your groups on Periscope, I wish I knew how to screen share. That way it'll be there. Yeah, I can do that too. Yeah, but my mom watches so many different people and subscribes to so many people on Periscope that it got bogged down in her feed. So I showed her the shortcut way of clicking on Shannon's screen name. But at the end of the day, you had no rights, none, to sit there and comment on someone else's mental health. Shall I do the same, Diahann? Especially where someone admitted openly that they enjoyed being a bully and that they have no emotions and they have no empathy and go on from there? Should I start diagnosing you, seeing as though, I probably took more psych classes than you and probably slightly more qualified in order to do said diagnosis? But see, I'm going to let people come to their own fucking conclusions. You said it yourself. You want to sit there and drag through mental health and how I'm Mensa and Mensa this and Mensa's stupid and blah, 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 blah. Bitch, if I knew you wanted to see the papers, all you had to do was ask. But see, unfortunately, I don't have them with me. They're back in Massachusetts, and people are going to say, oh, how convenient. There's one person sat in this room that has no problems calling me out on my bullshit. And if I'm lying, she would say I was lying. Shannon, was I in Mensa all the way through high school? Did my mother have to pay exorbitant fees to keep me in that so I'd have a leg up on my competition when it came to college? I'll wait. Just want to make sure I wasn't frozen. Because nobody in my chat is talking. Oh. But yeah, so at the end of the day, I don't give a flying fuck if you believe me or not. But see, here's the other bag, Diane, and I'm going to address you because you're the one who had the biggest mouth. To sit there and say bipolar twins this and assholes that and fucking bitches this, and you know, at the end of the day, it doesn't. You said it yourself. If you don't like what we have to say, why are you fucking watching? Why are you watching? Why are you lurking? It's because secretly you want people to talk about you. I haven't mentioned you since Jump Street. And I'm going to go into the reason why I didn't respond yesterday. It was twofold. One, I didn't want to give it to them when they wanted it. That's first and foremost. And secondly, it was because I was not in a rational state of mind to actually address the issues. So I slept on it. Now, if that doesn't scream personal growth and medication working, I don't know what does. But don't you dare call out someone's mental health and then go off the rails and just start talking massive amounts of shit and then say, well, I'm bipolar, so I can say these things. No, if you're bipolar, it means you shouldn't say those things about another person where you don't know what they're going through. You said it yourself. You don't know what this one or that one is going through. So at the end of the day, you know what? It is what it is. I could be up here clapping back, calling names, doing this, that, and the third. But you are the one, Diane, who wants to put the stigma back on mental health. I still cannot wrap my head around the fact that you openly admitted you enjoyed being a bully when you were a kid. That tells me a lot, that you are happier as the quote unquote fat kid bully than you were the skinny person. You were happier back then. You are happier terrorizing other people. That tells me everything I need to know about you. And I'm going to tell you something, girlfriend. I'm going to tell you something, girlfriend. People who were involved with the mafia, even just a little bit, don't ever talk about being involved in the mafia. That's a long-standing rule as long as the mafia has been around. You don't talk about it. Period. End of. But you want to sit there and just keep on keeping on. Did she pop on and I can't hear her? This is where I got to plug in headphones and I don't know if it's going to work. Let's try it, shall we? Yeah, she mentioned the mafia. I'm going to mention a few other, giggles along the way. I know. Okay. I plugged in. Can you guys hear me okay? I had to plug in my headphones because someone else joined the chat. But she's muted. She muted herself. Okay. No, I don't know if she mentioned her ties to Anonymous or not. That, that's neither here nor there, but I just found it rather funny. I grew up in Massachusetts, as we all know, and there's a heavy Italian influence in that state. Hello, there's an entire section of Boston called the North End. The North End is the Italian section of Boston. And Whitey Bulger, those kind of things, they were a real damn thing. And to this day, there are people who were involved with Whitey Bulger, even on the peripheral, that don't talk about it because you don't. So kudos on you for trying to make yourself sound like a badass. Anyway, as I was saying, yeah, Little Italy. I mean, quite a few big cities have, Little Italies like New York and Philadelphia. And, I think in California, there's some cities and like little offsets in like Los Angeles and stuff that have these small congregations, or what I would consider small congregations of Italian people. Shannon is almost 100% Italian. But let me tell you, when you walk in and your family has been in that state since the beginning of time, and they came straight from Italy off the boat, even if you are second, third, fourth generation, you mention one person's name in your family and you're getting brought into this restaurant and that restaurant and fed like your family. Mi familia. That's how it is in Italian culture. Correct. I grew up around that. And I was taught from a young age, you don't talk about that kind of stuff. Because you don't want to end up getting involved. Basically, you don't want to end up getting involved in a court case or 6 feet under because you saw something you weren't supposed to. So I would not go out on the internet and say, oh my God, yeah, I've got papers proving that whoever was involved in the mafia. Who cares, dude? You're not involved now. What's the matter? But I cannot get over Felicia diagnosing Dawn with bipolar. I can't get over it. I just can't. Especially coming from, oh, hello, darling.
Hello.
How are you? How's my baby?
Hopefully we're down for the night, but I don't know. We'll see.
Shot in the dark, right?
It is. It's shot in the dark.
Shot in the dark. Is
I
she in her?
really wanted to hear her kind of crying, fussing. So.
Oh, everyone would love to hear a little itty bitty baby fussing for like 2 seconds, and then it would be over.
Oh no, she was screaming.
Yeah, no, that's no bueno. We don't need to hear that. I love her dearly, but I don't have to listen to that.
Oh God, didn't you say that she was Spanish? Sorry, I'm a little behind.
Felicia said she was Hispanic,
right. She was,
or Spanish or something.
Spanish from Spain or something.
That I did not listen to, but no, she did not, Charlie. Hey, Angie. No.
Oh Lord.
Oh, I've got someone in my DM. It's not you. Carrie, come back. It's not you. And I fully intended tonight to do the palette thing, but you know what? I don't feel right doing it without Dawn. So, had to be social. Damn you, being social with real people in real life instead of being social with plants in a basement, or some 40-year-old guy in his mommy's basement pretending to be some really cool hip guy.
What?
Felicia's boyfriend. Has anybody seen him?
No.
That Shannon is a mess up hag. Okay, you can go now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
I'm a what? What happened?
He said, this guy, Jude DiMatteo, that Shannon is a mess up hag. They can't come up with anything better than that.
So wait,
now.
What?
It was someone in the side chat. It's in the side chat. I got rid of it.
Oh, I missed it. What did it say?
I just told you that Shannon is a mess up hag.
Oh, cool.
I didn't know you were a mess up or a hag.
I didn't either.
Hmm.
Thanks for letting me know.
Carrie, it's not you. Little Miss Felicia likes to block people and then sit there and say, I'm being censored. I'm being censored. I'm like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. Hey, Rory. What's up, ho? How you doing? Fuck you, you ho. No, I'm just playing. I love you, Carrie. I'm sorry, but that was like such a... I would rank that up there with a blonde moment. Oh, my God. Everyone's forever blocked by her. And here's... Okay. Yes, that is Shannon's baby, Ireland, and she is my entire life next to my son and her other kids. But, you know, she's the newest. She's the newest, so the novelty hasn't worn off yet. I'm just kidding. I love all of her kids equally. See, she doesn't have to love mine equally. I just have the one. Yes, Ireland. It's a baby Ireland, and we love her so much. So how you doing? How you doing, Miss Shannon?
I'm good.
You chilling? You straight chilling?
I'm chilling, yeah.
Chilling like a villain.
Thanks. I'm a hag. Have they even seen me?
Apparently not. Apparently not. You know, you're such a hag, Miss Size 6 and fucking gorgeous bastard. I hate you. I just have to tell you, I cannot get over the fact that your oldest is graduating.
I can't either.
I feel so damn old. Imagine, but think of it this way. Think of how old my mom feels.
Well, just think of it this way. I'm such a hag that a kid at his school the other day thought that Ireland was his kid with me.
Ew.
I'm sorry,
that is kind of gross.
That's my mother, and that's my sister. Oh.
That's funny. What's the gossip? It's the same thing as always. As per usual, Felicia's a fucking cunt. See, the thing is
too much attention to her.
I do, but there's one thing I do want to address from Dawn's hangout that happened the other night, and it's just from my perspective. These are my opinions. Again, I'm speaking for myself. I have to reiterate that. Also, disclaimer, you are not allowed to use any part and parcel of my content on your channel ever. Otherwise, I will take you down forever. But going back to that hangout the other night, I'm not going to get into the back and forth or whatever with her. But what I am going to get into with is the fact that there was a really good conversation going. There was a lot of positive things happening. And Felicia, because of the stuff with Melissa and Lori and Dawn getting attention on her hangouts, she had to come in there and cause some sort of disruption. That's my opinion. I think she did it deliberately to not only hurt Dawn, but get the attention back on herself. So yes, in that respect, she sure as fuck did get what she wanted. She sure as fuck did is getting what she wanted right now. But see, she's too much of a bitch, so isn't Diahann, to come in here and actually talk to me. I'd let them have the floor.
I didn't watch her. I didn't really watch her hangout except for a small chunk that you told me to, because I just can't watch her. I can't listen to her. The eye twitches and the body twitches, and I just can't.
Well,
and the drinking. I mean, it's excessive. It's just out of control. I can't.
Well, if you go back, if Dawn, I don't know if Dawn still has that one up or not. I haven't gone back and checked, but if you go back and look at that hangout, that it was her, where she basically told Dawn that I had to leave. Celeste went up there with her.
There.
Okay, yeah. So did you watch her body language?
I did.
Did you watch her body language? Her body language was like, yep, I'm going to get under this bitch's skin, and she reveled in it. She reveled in it. I've never seen someone so evil in getting joy out of someone else's discomfort and pain. Never seen anything like it before in my life, and I hope to God I never see it again.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is she says to Dawn, like, you know, that she thought that her topic was interesting. You know, oh, it's so interesting. I thought it was so interesting, and you know, that you showed whatever, you know, emotions and all this stuff. But then she has her own hangout, and her and Diahann are trashing
What was talked
the
about?
whole hangout and what was talked about. Right? Well, wait, what? I thought it was interesting. So,
hey, Rox.
I can't.
Everybody, this is Rox. Please go subscribe to her channel. She's amazing. I'm gonna put a wrench on you so you can put your channel into the chat, Miss Rox. But it's having to do with long-standing history. The history I kind of went into it with you guys in that group chat. This girl likes to trash mental health and people with mental health issues as calling them episodes and having bipolar twins and, you know, someone who is up there just, you know, yesing her to death. Y'all don't know the conversations we have in private. Y'all will never know. Why didn't you go? Buggle Brew says, why didn't you go to her? Just curious. You always say for people to come to you. If you want to talk, go to the source. Absolutely. I would love to do that. But this bitch has got me blocked on every platform. How am I supposed to go to her? This is the chosen method of communication that she chooses to have. I would not mind sitting down and having a conversation with her to say, look, let's end it. Get your shit what you need to say out. I get what I need to say out. We part ways. But see, the thing is that with this girl, she had to come in and create content. Create content for her channel. If she's not...
If she wanted to have a discussion with you, she had the opportunity... I don't know how many days ago that was, but she had the opportunity.
Yeah.
If she didn't want you or Celeste up there. It was like...
But she conceded for Celeste because she knows she's intimidated by me. Because she knows I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna cut any bullshit. You talk bad about people, she don't like you, you hag. I'll let him stay. He's funny. If that's all you've got for, you know, oh, come on, Pop. Oh, the other thing is my new wrenches, please do not ban people from my channel. Just time them out. But I don't care about him. He's fine. The worst that he's got is, you know, hag. I am a hag. I'm a hag. You know, I was cleaning all day. I cooked dinner. I took care of my family. That makes me a hag. Then, you know, let's have at it. But I'm open to, see, here's the thing. 6 months ago or even 3 months ago, Shannon will be able to attest to you guys that I would not have sat on this rationally and sat back and said, okay, what is it that exactly bugged me? I would have just, boom, popped right the fuck off, which is what everybody was waiting for, apparently. You didn't see the side chat with Puppy. He was like, I was waiting for you, but I didn't want to push you. Like, these people truly want to see the Boston come out again. It's like, girl, she's retired. Like, she's tired. She's retired. She's done. Rational Tanya's here to stay. A lot of people don't like it because it means that I don't pop off, except on Felicia, where I will call her a fucking cunt straight to her face. And a lot of people don't like that. She don't like it because she knows it's the truth. I would have, again, no problem having an open dialogue with her. I would have someone there to witness said dialogue because I don't want shit getting twisted, but I'd have an open dialogue with her. I can't really answer that question because I haven't talked to her in a couple of days, but I'm assuming she's okay. I'm assuming she's okay. She's, I think, taking a break for a little bit. But as for that hangout, that happened directly thereafter, where we were striking her for privacy. Abso-freaking-lutely, I will own that shit all day, every day. You know why? Because she has no right to talk about me and not give me the platform to speak back to her. And then it was end game when she brought my kid into it. That right there End game, you lose.
What?
Oh yeah, she brought in about, I didn't hear the whole thing because I started seeing red. And she was mentioning my minor child on her channel about the supposed quote unquote trolling that happened all those years ago. So let's reopen that floodgate, you fucking cunt.
When was this?
The other day, when we
Oh.
were on there freaking flagging her things for bullying.
Oh.
Bullying and harassment. You want to talk, come talk. That's why I opened this up. Come talk. Come say what you got to say and leave it at that. I am a mature ass fucking adult. I can't, look, just because I cuss and swear at you and yell at you because you're being a bitch doesn't mean I'm not open to a conversation. If you can come at me respectful, I can come at you respectful. But the minute you come at me disrespectfully, that's when it's end game. It's done. That's what I'm saying, Carrie. She wanted, you know what? Hold on a second. There you go, Carrie. I want to see a blue in here because just in case if they decide to start flooding, which has been known to happen. But, you know, she wanted to open up that can of worms to trigger me. And that night she did. She did trigger me in a big fucking way because there's a lot of pain. There's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes that nobody fucking knows about because I've kept it private. I've kept it private. There are things going on with other people that I've been told. I've kept it quiet. I've kept my mouth shut. But this, I will not keep my mouth shut on. I will continue to call her out on her bad behavior because at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's shitty fucking behavior coming from a shitty person. Amy says, why are people with no kids always bringing kids into adult situations? Kids have nothing to do with this. Exactly. But see, that's her trigger point for me. She knows that she's going to push me to that. She's going to push me to the brink with that one. And I can't help that. I've reined it in a lot with the help of Shannon, my mom, Dawn, and a few others. Help me bring it in. Hey, Paisley. But you're not going to sit here and dog me out for my mental health issues. You're not going to dog out someone else for their mental health issues for content for your channel. That just makes you look like a really shitty fucking person.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to eliminate the stigma of mental health, and Diahann just put the stigma back on myself and Dawn because now it's like, okay, are they going to call me bipolar? Or are they going to sit there and say, oh, she's having an episode because I emote?
Episodes.
The only thing that has episodes that I've seen in any type of mental health are schizophrenic episodes. I've never seen a bipolar have an episode. I cycle. I don't have an episode. And I've been stable. Ask Shannon. Yes, Paisley, that's what I've been trying to tell you with what I've been dealing with. And I just didn't want to burden you because I know you got stuff going on. Let me wrench you, Paisley, so you can shout out your own channel here. Go ahead and add your link for your channel. Paisley's one of my makeup friends, Shannon. She's one of the ones that actually I talked to that night.
Her.
Yeah, that night that I committed myself. I was talking to her that day too. Coco Lupe says, well, with people with kids shouldn't bring their kids in. Makes more sense someone would mention kids if they don't have them. My statement isn't about you, Tanya, at all. I get it. Sweetheart, please, I'm telling you how to shout out your channel. I don't think we have too many in-common subscribers. She does makeup and she's freaking phenomenal and she's awesome. She's total, Shannon, she's like totally right up your alley. Total like hippie chick. Love her to pieces. She's so awesome.
Episodes. I'm sorry. I'm still like dwelling on the episodes.
Yeah, episodes.
They're not episodes. They're cycles. And when they call the mania an episode, it's not called an episode anymore. They're called phases. And I know because I lived with a parent who, back in the day, it was called manic depression, which is now considered bipolar. Same thing. So I know how this works. They're not episodes. I mean, I used to call them that back. I mean, that's old school. They don't call them that anymore. So, it's like a manic phase or a depressive phase. It's not an episode.
And then you can have hypomania and hypodepression too.
Correct.
Okay, well, I just linked your channel, Paisley, so there. Rock says, I'm sorry, but in my opinion, the only people that should talk about their own mental health issues are those with the mental health issues, nobody else. I agree. But that's the thing, is that's the blow that these people will go to get a rise out of you. And the fact that this girl had literally been up all night drinking and doing her thing and then was by herself. I watched from start to finish. She was by herself, literally saying nothing. It was dead air. Love you. I love you so much, Paisley. Everybody subscribe to her. She's amazing. Anyway, I've openly talked about my mental health. I openly talk about my mental health on Dawn's channel, on anyone's channel, because the stigma needs to go away. Growing up with Shannon, there was times where her mom would cycle through and it would be pretty bad. She'd come seek solace at my house just to get away for a few hours and then go back home. So she knows what it's like to have to deal with a manic depressive parent that when they're cycling, it's awful. And then having to deal with the full-blown depression or the full-blown mania without the hypomania or hypodepressive. It's like unreal. And you're going to sit there and call us the bipolar twins. I can't, that's the part, that and the episodes are the two things I can't get over, Shannon.
I didn't, like I said, I didn't listen to the whole hangout or whatever. It was only a few minutes of Diahann telling her, episodes, and that she had no empathy for anybody. That was kind of stunning, I got to be honest. I was a little surprised, but yeah, crazy. This is why I don't bother watching her, because usually it's some type of fuckery.
Well, that's the thing. And you know what? That night, it was really, I'm going to be honest with you, a truly positive thing that was happening. And because it was positive and because it wasn't about her, there was no drama. She had to make it about her. And now it's continued to be made about her because she had to create her own content because nobody watches her. Nobody wants to hear what she has to say about fucking airplanes and living in her parents' basement.
I'm sorry, airplanes?
Air plants.
Oh, air plants.
Air plants. And her new thing is going to be crystals, apparently. So, she's just she's trying to, she's throwing spaghetti at the wall trying to get it to stick. Now, I'm going to ask you about growing up Italian in Massachusetts. Whenever you went to North End, we went to the North End, did we ever have to pay for a meal?
Oh, no.
Ever.
But I have relatives that own restaurants, so.
Right, but you know what I'm talking about. Mi familia
Right.
is like huge. You know someone who knows someone, that's it. Your family, it's end of, whether it's blood or not. So can you give an opinion on the whole, my father was involved in the mafia?
See, I thought you said airplanes too.
It's the headphones. It's the mic because it's so far away. Air plants. Plus, I'm a little congested.
Who talks about,
what's the first thing we're taught growing up? You don't talk about it. Ever. Even if you're not involved, you see something, you see nothing.
Right.
You see something, you see nothing. And that was growing up in Leominster, for fuck's sake.
What, was she talking about the mafia?
Yeah, Diahann says she has papers to prove that her family was involved with the mafia because her father came from Italy, even though he was, I think, Argentine.
That's what I thought. She was from Argentina. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Is her mom Italian? I'm confused.
No, her mom is Cuban.
Okay, so where's the Italian connection?
That's what I like to know. I'm going to turn you up, Shannon. Apparently, they can't hear you. Is that better for you guys?
I'll turn mine up. Maybe it's me. No, it's not me. I'm up all the way. I'm trying to talk too loud so I don't wake my little one.
Well, I upped your volume all the way in the control room.
Coco, I guess Diane's mother's Cuban. Oh.
Diane's mom is Cuban and her father's Argentine, but her father's family came through from Italy. Okay.
What? I'm sorry, back that up.
Her father's family, this is the story that I got from the Hangout. I'm not going to play it again, strike.
No.
But correct me if I'm wrong, anybody who heard it. Her father is Argentinian, but his family came from Italy. So they're Argentinians living in Italy, and then they came over to the United States. Okay. Diahann said her dad is Argentine with an Italian background. There we go.
What?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Not from where we grew up, but hey, things are different.
Sure.
But, you know, what do we know?
What? Okay. Well, does that make me Spanish then, or Argentine? I mean, that doesn't make any sense, but okay.
I mean, I can understand, you know, because during, you know, that time, that era, people were leaving Argentina because of the social.
Argentinians are super proud of being Italian.
Yeah, apparently. I mean,
Okay.
but like I said, weren't we raised, even if we weren't part of anything, if you see something, you see nothing.
Correct.
When it comes to certain things. Hey, Mike. And for her to sit there and be like, I have papers. Bitch, do you want to get shot?
Similarly, lots of Brazilians are Polish, Russian, etc. What?
They can be, yes, because of being, you know, seeking asylum from different countries, yes. Oh, Angie, I'm sorry, you're not blue. Let me give you a Gucci one. There you go. There's your Gucci. There's your Gucci. I don't know this person, but a lot of Italians flew to Argentina in World War II, and there are lots of them. Correct, but her family was originally from Argentina that ended up in Italy. No, it's not Felicia's mother, but apparently her family came from Spain, but we consider her white, and she just rolls with it.
It's a weird that she said. She did not say that. Please tell me she did not
Yes,
say
she
that.
did. Yes, she did.
No.
Yes, she did. Now, okay, now rocks, because not that you're the not that I'm picking on you, but is being Hispanic a culture, or is it your lineage? Is it your blood?
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm talking to Roxanne.
Okay.
Roxy.
I'm like, I'm not Spanish, so.
No, Roxy is. I love her to death. She lives in Florida too, like Mara. I love her. She's one of my favorite people. Yes, people did. There's Mara. There's Mara.
Mofo lineage.
Okay, so it is your blood. It's not a heritage. It's not a culture, I mean. Well, I didn't know Myra was here. That's why I was asking Roxy. Hispanic is the blood. Okay, that's what I thought, because that, you know, my mom just, what's funny is my mom just sent me a text that said, Tanya, my dad's uncle Gus got chased back to Italy. Remember, he had to hide. I don't know what he did. She found that out from doing that family tree thing online. Oh my God, I posted it on my Twitter. Okay, well, I didn't see it. You post all the time, and I just see pictures of the beautiful baby and flamenco clothes now. I don't know. I can't keep up with your Twitter, Mara.
Just because you fled to Italy from another country doesn't make you an Italian. I mean, that's like my family being Italian and, you know, they fled to China. Does it make me Chinese? I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
Right. And Mara said, right, Rox is Puerto Rican culture, but Hispanic by race. Because I'm thinking about it, like when you're filling out new paperwork for like a doctor's office, it's like it says white, not Hispanic, white, Hispanic, not, you know what I mean? So I'm like, wait a minute. If it was a culture, why would they put that there? And I love talking about cultures. I mean, Shannon and I grew up with a bunch of Puerto Ricans. So it's like, we grew up around that stuff. You know, we were afraid of the chancla. I mean, and we didn't even live there, but we were afraid of the chancla. So,
what?
The chancla. You don't remember the chancla?
I'm reading, sorry.
Oh. Coco says, no, Hispanic isn't a race. I could be by that standard, LOL. It's Iberian and native blood generally, but it has ethnic terminology. Hey, Sophie. Coco, Hispanic is an umbrella term that covers all the Latinos. Okay. Oh, so they don't have to like list Mexican, Puerto Rican, Guatemalan, you know, Honduran. I get that now. I'm not, okay, now I learned something. I'm not so stupid. That just makes her look really dumb. That just makes her look really, really dumb.
By the way, was anybody concerned by the time that she was on drinking? Because I thought that was a little ridiculous.
I
Maybe
was. I was.
I added wrong. Maybe I added wrong because lately, I can't think straight. But I swore it was like 7 or 8 a.m.
It was
her
7 a.m. her time that she was still
Her
drinking.
time,
So it would have been closer to 10 a.m. with your time.
Okay.
Okay, so Roxy says the problem is that government definition has changed so much that depending on the decade, it will change again. Mara says the people with lines to Spain are considered white, European white. The only people not white from Spain are the Basque and the Moors. Muffin says, girl, it wasn't the first time she'd been drunk in the morning.
Well, I know she's been drunk by like 4 a.m., but I've never seen, I guess I've missed it for 7 a.m. or 8 a.m., time frame is just crazy. Exactly. I mean, who gets drunk in the morning?
But exactly. I'm all for day drinking, like on a Sunday with brunch, mimosas, that whole thing. But you ain't drinking to get drunk.
We were up till 4:30 Central Time, and she was still drinking then.
Yeah, that night we were up all night. Sorry for jumping in, but I've been dying to address this issue. Do you want a link? Do you want to come up and talk? I'll give you a link.
Oh, we love Mara.
We love them.
Yes, not at 7 a.m.
Brunch is like 11, right? 10 or 11.
Mimosa at like brunch, but
oof,
you don't get
mimosas.
tanked. I don't know. She drank it all.
Yeah, she be turnt all hours. And it's not even drunk. She be turnt all hours. And the thing is that, you know what? She thinks it's cool. She thinks it's like edgy. And it's not.
Edgy.
It's not. She thinks she's some rebel. She was talking about how we want to treat her like a child. You act like a child, so that's why you're going to get treated like one.
Yeah, her and her pancake tits.
Okay, right. Coco says, yeah, but in some countries, Hispanic wouldn't be something you could check off as a race. You'd be seen as white. Depends. Some Americans could be considered an ethnicity. Roxy says, Mara, when they ask me race, I refuse to answer. I look white, but my mom dies not. Neither does most of my family. That makes sense. Mara says the Census Bureau defines the ethnonym Hispanic or Latino to refer a person of Cuban, Mexican, Puerto Rican, South or Central American, or other Spanish culture or origin regardless of race, and states that Hispanics or Latinos can be of any race, any ancestry, any ethnicity. Well, there you go. American, not American. I know. Not for nothing, but what does it matter? Nobody's 100% anything except for this chick right here, man. You can't get any more Italian than her. But yeah, the Kardashians are Armenian and some other shit.
Are they?
Yeah,
I don't watch them, so I don't know.
Yeah, they're almost. I know that the actual Kardashians, like Kim, Khloe, Robert, and Kourtney, they're almost 100% Armenian.
I'm 100% off them.
Right. Well, here's the thing. I get mistaken a lot down here for a light-skinned Mexican because of my indigenous or Native American heritage. Because of my bone structure and the color of my eyes and the color, my natural color of my hair. So a lot of people down here will start speaking to me in Spanish thinking I'm Mexican, just a light-skinned Mexican. And during the summer, it's even worse. And I'm sorry, no. Oh, well, yeah, Armenians don't see themselves as white. They see themselves as Armenian. So in a nutshell, you are not dumb. The whole thing is confusing. And her mom was black or Hispanic black. Who, what? Rock's the same thing as me. I look black Irish. I'm pale with dark hair. Yes. Well, look at Sean as a prime example. I'm dark hair, dark eyes. His father was blonde hair, blue eyes, and he ended up blonde hair, blue eyed. And both are a recessive trait. I have no blondes and I have no blue-eyed people in my family except for, I think my brother is considered hazel eyes. And I know my mom has hazel eyes, but everyone else is dark. I get seen as Colombian, Spanish, etc., and I'm mostly Eastern European with Balkan family. Muffin Feces is probably the type that thinks black Irish means a person of African descent with Irish citizenship. See, I had black Irish in my family. I have black Irish in my family. Me guerra? I don't know. I don't know what that means. I'm trying to resort to my Latin and background. It's not, I can't. That's what I'm, that would be her. Aren't Balkans from Croatia? Mara, in my house, it's the other way around. My mom was a light black person, but her ancestors were Tayano. I'm very proud of my Tayano blood. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Editing. I'm just kidding. Well, no, I'm not. Thank you, Shannon, for that app, by the way. Shannon found that app. That face app.
Oh.
I use that shit on all my pictures, man. Every single last one of them. Because then I go too heavy on the smoothing on Facetune, like way too heavy. So this is just like, is perfect.
Well,
it's perfect to me.
Because I'm a hag, so I have to make myself look younger.
Well, you look younger. You look to be about 3 months old in that picture.
Not yet.
Okay, I was listening back. So Diahann said she was a bully. Yes, she did. She admitted wholeheartedly, and
she said that she was a heavy kid or something, which
I
thought was interesting.
She was the fat kid who was, and she goes, "Oh, that must have been so rough for you. I'm really sorry." And she goes, "No, I was the bully, and I enjoyed it." Bitch, what do you mean? What do you like? Who? Okay, you know what? I'm all for accepting one's past, growing from it. But you know what kills me is she still exhibits bullying behavior. Does she not? Sorry, I'm doing up on this. Okay, Angie says, I swore her story was that she was bullied when she was younger, and she said that she can relate to her daughter because her daughter was bullied too. Oh, shit, that's right. Angie, you were friends with her. I fucking forgot about that.
Apparently, Angie, she's changing her story. I was a little stunned. That, and she said that she didn't have any empathy for anybody or...
No sympathy, no emotions. Angie, I forgot about... You know what? It's a good thing that we all forgot about that part of your past, It's, one of those things that it's like, okay, you told Angie one thing. Now you're straight busted. Which is it, Diahann? You told Angie one thing, that you were bullied and you could understand where where your daughter's coming from, and not bringing up your daughter.
That does sound familiar.
It does. I mean, again, but now she was the bully. Which is it? Which is it? I know for a fact that I did not resort to bullying when I was no longer bullied. I just wanted to be left alone. I wanted to fade in to the concrete in my school, and that was that. I just wanted to be left alone.
But some people don't do that. Some people who are bullied turn around.
Yeah.
And bully others.
Yeah, they do, and it's a
mechanism.
Yeah, it's a great, and it ends up being
publicly too. Oh.
Really?
Huh. I'm sure that those are gone. She deletes everything, doesn't she?
I think so. Because she was saying that she took her daughter out of school. It was because she was bullied.
Her daughter doesn't go to school?
What? So her daughter doesn't go to school. She's homeschooled? I'm not bashing because Sean's homeschooled.
No, I didn't know her kid didn't go to school. Or the way it's coming off, I guess. I don't know.
Lily, Angie in Periscope. Who's Lily? I don't know who Lily is. What did they say? Because my Spanish is horrible. And you know what? We took years of it in school, and we can't use it for shit. You took 4 years of it. I took 3 years of it in Latin, and I still can't decipher Spanish. I can understand it when they're speaking it to me, but I can't read it. She said on Periscope. Oh, okay. Oh, hi, Heather. How are you? How's the baby?
See, that's what I thought, Callie, too. Amy, I thought the same thing.
I thought she took her out of school because of autism, no shade, but I thought it was the reason. That would be the worst reason to take someone out of school. No, Latin is not Spanish, but it is the basis of said language. And if I can use my Latin to decipher what is being said, then I can kind of piece it together. Oh, I must have missed it. I'll have to go and check. Yeah, my mom understood. My mom took French. Okay. So
Oh,
there are like numerous conflicting stories now. Well, isn't that interesting that they call me a know-it-all and a liar, but I'm getting a conflicting story? Which is it? I would love to know. Now, if she wants to come to me and we can talk, that's fine. But she has like no bearing. From what I remember, no, she was homeschooled. Listen, Mara, I'm doing the best that I can, damn it, okay? But see, I know that Sean has to go to school because of his autism, and I'm pretty sure he's got ODD, by the way. Just going by the diagnostic tool. But he's got to go to school, but he needed this extra year of base so he can walk into school stronger than if he would have walked in there this year. I know that. I would never take my kid out based on autism, so that could be a misunderstanding.
No, but with autism, every kid is different. So if whoever's kid is having trouble with sensory or too many children or lashing out or whatever,
Yeah.
then being in a school setting, depending upon class size or teachers or service or whatever, maybe they're not getting what they need.
Right.
Or it's worse off for them, because I know people who have children they've taken out.
Yeah.
Better for them. Other kids do better in inclusion.
Mm-hmm.
Just, every kid's different. So.
Or a straight up special ed class, This was my decision. 100% my decision. I knew my son was not ready for school this year. I knew it 100%. Exactly. No, not the same, but you can kind of put similar words together to kind of figure out what people are trying to say. And I know in Italy that if you at least try to speak Italian, then they will speak English. But they make you try. And they laugh at you trying. But, que sera, sera. But I'm at the point now with, Felicia. And that was the other thing she brought up. She's like, I don't understand why she calls you by that name. And then she goes, I don't have a problem with my name. There are just so many Michelles. This is just easier to call me Faye. There's only one Faye, and apparently there's a Felicia down in Boyd, I guess. I don't know. I only follow Rosie for down there. But, I'm telling you, she is so far up her own ass, she can't see daylight. And the fact that she had the audacity to sit there and say, I'm doing this with my boyfriend while they're listening to us is like so gross. So gross. But why is it that this person's problem if you send your kid to school or not? Your kid is not supposed to meet. It is. But here's the thing. I've been called out numerous times on homeschooling my child because I'm getting him the services he needs now that he's going to need in school. And the therapists he's with go to the school that I want to send him to. So there's not going to be that much of a transition for him in regards to his specialist. Oh my God, Muffin. Oh my God. You're going to make the formerly pregnant person pee her pants. The moldy basement clouds are her judgment. Well, she also put paper up on her ceiling as a way to, create a sound barrier to make it more soundproof.
What?
Yeah. She put like paper
Did she actually
on her
say that?
ceiling. No, we saw it in the scope one day.
No. Did she put it up there? Did she say she put it up there as a sound barrier?
Yeah, to make it soundproof so that way the it wouldn't go through the floor and echo.
I'm sorry. Paper.
Like the sheets of felt, I call them paper, but the very, very thin sheets of
Oh God.
felt like you would do for arts and crafts. That kind of felt, and she put them up on her ceiling.
I'm sorry. And she stated that was a sound barrier?
Yeah, it's going to be like soundproofing. That's what she said.
I'm crying. I'm laughing.
She would get a better sound barrier if she put that red yarn up on her ceiling. I mean, she would, wouldn't she? That red yarn would be a better sound barrier than the freaking craft felt she put up on her ceiling. That was falling down, actually, at one point.
Oh, paper doesn't make it soundproof. She needs foam boards.
Oh, I know. Thick ones, I know. Or you get actual soundproofing foam, which is about $300 or $400 per square yard.
Oh my God. I can't.
Hey, Kim, how are you? How you doing, girlfriend?
Oh, that was the best. Oh, Jesus.
How are you, darling?
Oh, geez. She's 1 in the basement or 2 in the RV that she tries to hide that she's in. Oh.
That's funny. I feel so bad for Miguel. He suggested that costume, but he threw her under the bus when he said she waited last minute to do that macrame.
Oh, gosh.
And it was some obscure reference to Suspiria. Hubby got a job and tomorrow's his first day, so my butt has to go to bed. Love you, Roxy. I hope he has a great first day. I'm so excited for him. We'll talk soon, my dear. Thank you. Again, link your channel and everybody subscribe to Roxy. She offers an awesome perspective on things that are going on around the YouTube community, not just beauty, but around the community itself.
I'm trying to forget about the yarn.
Listen, ain't nobody ever going to forget about the yarn, okay? Nobody. Nobody. Just nobody. Nobody's ever going to forget about that. And if people start to forget, I will remember them. I will remember for them, and I will bring it up, as much as I want to, because she wants to bring me up and see what really, do you know what? I went back and I looked on her channel, like legit look back. Okay. If her videos were not talking about me and you, Mara, or Nick, she got like no views.
But now, views now, does she?
Well, she does when she's talking about me or Dawn. Or Jan. Thank you. Or Jan. She brought up Jan. Did I tell you what happened?
Again?
She brought up Jan less than a month ago and then did it again the other night. Like my eyebrow is twitching. I get so mad when I think about the whole thing with Jan. Because Jalen and Dawn were up there with her and they got hit like with a ton of bricks with it. And I guess this is what Dawn had said publicly, that when they went out back but when they went to, when the hangout ended, she was like, well, how should I fix this? And they're like, how about you go out and say sorry? And she never did. Yeah, we were her, yep. Well, she doesn't really go on Scope anymore. She comes here. That's why I'm like, you know what? I might as well eat up some of this watch time. I might as well get my piece of the pie because she ain't making a bag on my name without me replying to it. That's not happening.
She doesn't go on Scope anymore? I don't know. I don't really go on Scope myself, so I don't know.
I don't either. And that's the thing, too, is I miss that platform. But I know that platform goes to shit really fast. So I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to bother. And I'm sorry if this dragged you into it, Mara. I'm sorry. I didn't want to do that. But there are certain things that, you've told me time and time again, pick and choose my battles. And again, if it was me 3 months ago, I would have let everything fly. the last night. I would have popped all the way off. It would have been reminiscent of like 2016, 2017, Tanya, and I don't want that. You know, so I took the day and I slept on it and figured out what exactly bothered me. And the fact that she, you know, in one hand is praising people for opening up about what's going on with them and feelings. And I'm going to address a few things that Diahann said too about this, to trashing her with it. Now, Diahann had also said in that hangout that, you know, if someone is talking about wanting to die online, that they're just looking for attention. That they this is what I interpreted it as, that they really weren't doing it. They were looking for attention because if people are offering them solutions and they're refusing to take it, they want to wallow in the self-pity. Everyone, and this is a direct quote, everyone has been suicidal at one point. Build a bridge and get over it. I'll let people, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm sorry, but if I'm going to come out and talk about my mental health issues and things that I'm going through, and let's say I have you and Muffin, let's just say Muffin's a countering force that will offer a different perspective. I know you are too, but you're more so if I'm in a moment where I'm really, really hurting, you're not going to add to it. You're going to try to make me feel better. So if I came up here and said, you know what, guys, I'm having a really rough day. You know, I'm having suicidal thoughts, this, that, and the third. I'm supposed to just, you know, build a bridge, you get over it. Or stop talking about it, because if you wear your feelings on your sleeve, then, you know, either you need to put that shit away or get off the internet. This is what I mean by building back up that stigma of don't talk about it. Don't get it off your chest. Don't tell people how you feel, because, you know, you're going to be ridiculed for it.
I'm trying to think of who said it because I don't remember. But in the last few months, somebody made the comment that people who commit suicide don't talk about it. That's not true. A lot of people don't. They just do it. I mean, I've had a couple of friends who did talk about it and did do it. So to me, either way, whether they talk about it or they don't, doesn't, I don't want to say make a difference, but just because somebody talks about it doesn't mean they won't do it.
Well, that's, you know, let me see what Mara said. Angie, she posted some dark-ish on her Twitter that scared Barbie.
Who did?
Well, didn't Dee do that? Scared Barbie to death, even tried to find me to talk to Dee. I don't know who Dee is. Is Dee Diahann? And Barbie sent Levi looking for me to talk to her at 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm sleeping at that time. Are we talking about Diahann? Who are we talking about here? I don't know who Dee is. Okay.
I don't either.
Okay, she said yes, it was Diahann. So
okay.
Here's the thing. Like Shannon said, some people talk about it and do it. Some people don't talk about it and they do it. Wouldn't you rather sit there and be that ear for that person and maybe stop them from making a permanent, you know, decision on temporary feelings? Wouldn't you rather be that person that sits there and says, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Let's go and find you to, you know, someone to help you, blah, 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 blah. Wouldn't you rather be that person and say, you know what, maybe I look a little bit like I'm enabling it a little bit versus get over it. But yet you were not supposed to talk about it. That's why, you know, you don't know about this, but, you know, the Rewired Soul did some shady fucking shit. And you've got people who are finally coming out of the woodwork and feeling a little bit more comfortable in this current climate where we're trying to change the stigma, where it's not a stigma anymore. People just understand that not everyone thinks the same. And you know, they told me when I was locked up in that fucking hellhole that I put myself in, mind you, that it is okay to have suicidal thoughts, but not a plan. The minute you have a plan is the problem. There are kids who have suicidal thoughts because they're curious about what it's like to die.
Yes, but some kids that have suicidal thoughts because
and have a plan. Yeah, and have a plan.
Tormented.
Right.
And that's you know, they're supposed to have these like non-bullying things in place, but they don't.
No, they're
They say
supposed
they do,
to.
but they don't.
Right. They're supposed to. They're supposed to have a zero tolerance policy, but
Yeah,
you know,
zero.
as soon
Yeah,
as, you know, one of the teacher's kids is fucking doing the bullying, oh, well, they didn't mean it, or they were just having a bad, they excuse it away. Okay. There are people here who are so deathly afraid to come out publicly with how they feel about their mental health because of what Diahann and Felicia just pulled when they were targeting me and my friend. They came to me in a DM and they were like, you know, I was starting to open up a little bit in Dawn's chat, and now I don't know what to do because what if they're going to make fun of me next? Pup says, yes, I've done it with my ex and people have done it for me. It's not always that people don't talk about it. Hell, I've checked myself into 2 different institutions because I knew I had to get help. That's what happened with me. I couldn't see the forest through the trees and I knew there was something wrong. I knew there was something wrong because for so long I've been dealing with it by myself and not very well. But to sit there and shame someone for opening up, shame 2 people really, but mostly her, is disgusting. When you came on, not only the side chat, Michelle, aka Felicia, Feces, whatever the fuck you want to call her. Oh, this is a really great conversation. You know, this is really interesting. I'm so glad to hear you opening up. La-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Then you have someone on your panel who goes around and directly contradicts everything you fucking said, and you agree to it. You acknowledge it. You say, oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, that's true. Why? Because I'm up there because I put your shit in your place and I check you? If you're right, I will say you're right. I don't care who the fuck you are. If I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. But she went out there and directly fucking contradicted herself by allowing someone to go on there and shame publicly someone coming out with their feelings. Well, if you feel that way, you shouldn't be on the internet. Well, Diahann, I think you're a fucking cunt. And, you know, in my opinion, I think you show sociopathic tendencies. So I don't think you should be on the internet. How about that? You want to start diagnosing people? You want to start shaming people? How about that? We are not even going to go into Felicia with what I know. Because Shannon and I know a lot. And there ain't no shame in my game. You continue to come after me, there are going to be issues. Especially if you're coming at me for my mental health issues. Muffin says, I'm just putting this out there. I'm a safe person to talk to no matter what it is. No judgment. Everything goes in the Muffin vault. My DMs are open. I'm glad about that. Thank you for saying that, Muffin. Oh, Mom, stop it. Jesus. Well, she admitted she has no feelings, but with the help of medicine and therapy, she now does.
Wait, who said that?
Diahann.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, you can go ahead and take it down all you want, Felicia, but I've got it. I've got the last, call it from 53 minutes on. I have it. So don't go and sit there and say, I didn't say that. I didn't agree to that. Bitch, yeah, you did. And I'll put it on a platform where you can't get me in trouble.
Clearly, Diane's meds and therapy didn't give her feelings to say what she said.
That's what I'm saying. You're going to attack someone for opening up and want them to open up more? That makes no sense. Mine as well. If anyone needs or wants someone to talk to any time of day or night, my DMs are open. See, this is what I mean. This is a positive thing. You want to sit there and you want to talk about mental health disorders. You know, I've got mine. Shannon's dealt with her family mental health issues her entire life.
I don't have any, but
well,
my family doesn't, you know.
Well, I mean, that's debatable. I'm just kidding. I am so kidding.
I had a mother with it, you know, and I know how to handle the one sibling because I dealt with my mother with it. So,
right.
If I hadn't, I'd be clueless.
Right.
And unmedicated is the worst. It really is. When you're bipolar, unfortunately, it is. It's hard to handle somebody.
Shannon had a hard time dealing with me, and I'm 1,600 miles away. when I was cycling. She had a real hard time dealing with me. But I kept it in check because she was pregnant at the worst of it. And I tried keeping it in check so I wouldn't raise her blood pressure and get her worried. But here, wait, listen, I'm not shocked nor am I surprised why she is doing this exactly. Why friendships end. She can sell her bullshit story she's been selling, but I know the truth. That's the thing. Why would you go out and say that this is the most disturbing comment I've ever heard in my life is, I was the bully growing up and I enjoyed it. I was happier as the fat kid than I am as the skinny one. How? That when I heard that, I had to rewind it. I was like, no. I did not hear that right. And I rewound it. I played it back. I played that little segment back, God knows, I don't know how many times. Well, my mom did too, but you had your own crazy. So I would just hide in my room because it was easier that way. That's what I'm saying, Angie. I don't get it. Now, hurt people. Bully children are some of the biggest bullies. I understand that. But she said she had greater enjoyment. Basically, she enjoyed her childhood because she got to be a bully. Who enjoys being a bully at looking back on it as an adult, if that is true? Who goes out and says, I enjoyed being a bully? Knowing what it can do to people. I don't get it. And she exhibits bullying behavior as an adult. Yeah, you did,
Not
Mom.
much has changed, clearly.
She thinks she sounds badass, but sometimes you can say things too far that make you look like a jackass. It's fine, Heather. It's all good. Someone who has a sadistic personality. I don't know if it's sadistic. I'm not here to, pass judgment or, diagnose someone unlike someone else. Actually, I kind of did earlier, but I said sociopathic tendencies. I did not say she was a sociopath. I just think she exhibits sociopathic tendencies, and that keeps me safe. So you can go ahead and try to strike it. That's fine. That I'm bullying you and I'm harassing you because you're going to do what I did to you, which is fine. But at the end of the day, we all know what the truth is. And at the end of the day, we got 2 of your hangouts shut down out of 3. If they went up, they went up. But we shut you down for a good couple of minutes and frustrated the fuck out of you. But how dare you? I mean, it was fun, actually. I'm not going to lie. It was fun. Mara says, well, I find that bullies tend to run in packs seeking support from other bullies. I agree. My mom says, I've never been a bully except to the bullies that got physical with the weaker kids. There are people, you know what? And the funny thing is that if, let's just say I was the last person on earth and Felicia needed someone to talk to, I would actually talk to her. I would talk her down off of whatever ledge she needed to come down off of, because I'm that kind of a person where I help people to my own detriment all the time. Shannon's been on it for me for years. My mom has been on it for me for years. And it's just something I can't help. That's just who I am. Forever. I've been like that. So when I hear that, and I hear her in the beginning say they were having a great conversation and then agree with Diahann about what she's saying about someone that you quote unquote considered a friend, I don't give a flying fuck about myself. But when you sat there and you agreed with what Diahann said about someone that you considered a friend up until recently because of your own behavior, that's when I have a problem. It's like you want to bully someone, bully me. Felicia took advantage of a really, really open and raw situation and turned it into about her, which is exactly what she wanted. Well, here's the attention you wanted, sweetie. Where are you? You sleeping off your stupor? You can hit people with your cane, Ma, okay? What are the odds? I'm going to get a hangout named after me tonight. What are the odds?
I'd say by tomorrow.
I think they're pretty great. I think I do. I think they're going to be pretty great. Because I will always defend what's right. Right is right, wrong is wrong. But I will not stand by and go off in a way that people were waiting for me to go off. Mm-hmm. Because she can't come to me like an adult because she's a baby back bitch. Anything I've ever said about her, I would say straight to her face. Guaranteed, if I was at her, on her doorstep, she would run to the phone and call the cops on me before she ever said a word. Mm-hmm. That part might take a little bit because it's a hard pill for me to swallow because I hate being wrong. But Shannon proves me wrong on a daily. And I say, well, you know what? You're right. Okay. And we move past it. I will own up to it. I will cop to it eventually. But eventually I will. I mean, come on. Eventually I will. I'm not being dishonest about it. Eventually I will cop to it. But when has she ever apologized for anything?
Never. Well, wait, she apologized. Her fake apology.
The fuck you. Yeah.
It was definitely a bait and click because everybody thought the way she started out that she was going to apologize.
Right.
It was just to get everybody in there. It was fucked up, but that's just how she rolls.
Well, that's the thing. She thrives off of the clickbait. Thrives on it. And let's not forget one single thing here. She didn't just rile up this community. Oh, no. She was in the crosshairs of a community that don't put up with no shit. Like less than 0 fucks were given. And she pissed off that entire community too. Good night, Mara. So let's not forget that. Let's not forget that because that was I'm sorry, what Conger did was funny.
Oh,
I'm sorry. That shit was fucking hilarious. I was sat there peeing my pants. Me and my mom ate a thing of popcorn. It was that good. She went out and dared someone who's had no problems trolling anybody to troll her. And don't think for a single solitary second that I don't think she's behind some troll accounts too.
Wait, what? How she didn't apologize when her boyfriend, quote unquote, and another mod were basically insulting me and everyone supporting Dawn and you.
Oh, I know.
Wait, what?
Because she won't. That's the
When
point.
was that?
He went in there the other night and said something about her hair being as thirsty as she was for Justin. It was fucking awesome.
Oh,
it was so good.
Well, I just learned she had a boyfriend, I guess. I didn't even know he existed.
Okay, Will do.
Has she met this boyfriend? I'm just curious. I mean, I'm not talking online. I'm not talking like they text and they talk on Snapchat or on the phone randomly. I mean, like, do they actually hang out?
She says they have. She said they have. She said that if we just think it's an online thing, she laughed at it.
If we just think it's an online thing, what?
That it was funny. She laughed at it. She was like, "Yeah, if you think so or whatever, if you say so." But I don't think anybody's actually seen him. Has anybody in her that has gone to her, whatever, ever actually seen him on cam? Because we know he's a real person. We know he's a real person. Hit Punkin Drublick. You don't remember that name?
No.
Yeah. He's been on her panel, right? We've heard his voice, so we know he's a real person. It's not like her. Yeah, it's not like it's her like typing to herself. But nobody's ever seen him, so who knows? I think maybe
if there's no picture of them together, I don't believe for 1 second they've ever met.
And we're not talking about a Photoshop picture of them together either.
I put up that picture. Well, I asked if he was famous because I was wondering, if he was.
Oh, yeah, because all those famous people from LA flying up for weekends with her. Who remembers that?
That's why I said it.
Who remembers those famous people when she was in the middle of this JRT thing? That, famous people come up and see her because people know who she is. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, Angie, yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh, Miguel went off on this guy?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
He said one of Miguel's pieces that he had just recently bought looked fake, and Miguel lost his shit.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. He has been on her. He has.
I've done some major digging. There are no pictures associated with that name or email or anything. Yes, he has been on cam before.
When? When and where? I want to see this shit. Because that I would find interesting.
Well, I'm just curious. Okay, so let's just put this out there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know this guy. Don't know anything about him. When she was drinking.
Damn it! And nobody got a screenshot.
He was on drinking too. Well, okay, when she was drinking, Angie, you got to narrow that down for us because that's like all the time. He was on drinking too. Great.
How long ago was it, Angie?
And they had another guy up there too.
Because I'll go look on our page right now.
That's what I was gonna do because I'm like, I don't even know I don't watch her stuff, so I have no idea. But
I'm looking at the side chat real quick to see if she can remember before I start going to these videos. Okay. Oh, hold on. Good check. Okay. Probably a month ago. He has blonde hair and is wearing glasses. Okay, let me go back to your month. Week. Past live streams. 3 week. About a month ago. On pandering to fuckboys pissing off friends. She doesn't have very much in the last month. She has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from the last month, 7, and then it goes into 2 months. Let me see. Because at the bottom, you can see if there's a chat there, like if there's anybody up on panel with her. Let's click on that. I understand this wish to proceed. Okay, let's scan through here. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Hold on. Oh, I see him. Shit. Shannon, do you hear me? Hold on. Did it boot me out? No, it didn't. Okay. Oh, I think Shannon dropped out. God dang it. Okay. I found it. Hold on. Let me look. Let's see, shall we? He looks to be about my age. I think Shannon got booted because she went looking. There was no way I could have clicked you out. I didn't touch you. God dang it. Let me try reading adding you. Come on. You should be able to just hit ongoing call and come back in. It is more after midnight coffee, comma, please. It was a month ago. She had Trisha, Barbie, some other guy. And then Punk was on there, and he's in the dark. He looks to be about our age, Shannon. Gratitude is aristicide. Dude, like, hold on. I'm clicking back. Gratitude. Well, I caught just even a picture of him in the dark. He ain't that great. Gratitude is ratitude. Hold on. Okay. Okay. I see that. That's not him. I don't think. That's a completely different guy. It could be the same guy, though. I mean, either way, again, okay? Someone who's about my age living in mommy's basement. The one I was on before, more after midnight coffee, that one at like, there's that guy, the fatter guy is called Irish something. And then you've got Punk who is in the dark. He has like this fuckboy, like man updo going on.
There we go.
Okay, you're back. Dude, like he is not
Is that
cute.
him? The beard, goatee, glasses? Is that him?
No, that's the fat guy. The guy who kind of looks like George is some guy named Irish. The guy
Did you
before
just say
that.
The fat guy, that was mean.
Well, he looks like George.
He doesn't look fat.
I'm not talking about that guy. I'm talking about the heavier bald guy is not him. If you're on the same menu, more after midnight coffee, please. There's Punk there who's got glasses and a headset and a fuckboy updo that reminds me of Mark. He reminds me of Mark, but not as good looking.
Okay, so the guy with like the strawberry blonde hair, goatee.
Here, I'll show you the screenshot that I have. I'll show you the screenshot I have. Hold on. Sorry, I'm not able to see side chat. Give me 2 seconds. Sorry. Hashtag sorry, not sorry. This guy. Boop. There it goes. All right, you should have it.
I mean, it's so dark you can't even see the dude.
He reminds me of Mark with that fuckboy hairdo.
But you can't even see him. Like, is he living in his basement too? Or?
That's what it looks like. It looks like someone our age living in mommy's basement.
Another one? Jeez.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
What guy, what man, what real man, okay, that's interested in a relationship, that's in his 30s, would want to date a 31-year-old girl who lives with her parents in their basement, spends most of her time drinking, sleeping, and on hangouts, and has no real friends in the real world. Mm-hmm. Does that sound like somebody who is appealing?
It sounds like someone who's desperate enough to call someone their boyfriend, that he could probably get shit out of her because, you know, she's the trust fund loser. And I put that in quotes, that he could probably, you know, get shit out of her. But he's got that. I'm telling you, Shannon, you remember Mark?
You're cutting out.
You remember that guy, Mark, right? Mark. Married Mark. Come on. I know you remember. Hello? Oh, come on, you son of a bitch. Am I going to have to pop in on another one? That's the hangout that she doxed herself and admitted to living in Washington. He knows she has a place to boot her. Hey, AJ. Did Shannon mute herself? Yep, she's muted. Okay. I'm like, why isn't she talking back? What's up, AJ? How you doing? Checked in with Manny Oates today. Did you see how he did that girl's makeup today on his channel? That girl from St. Jude's? But I thought she lived in North Oregon, Cali. You know. I don't know why you keep on getting booted. Because I actually am on the right internet connection. Just hit ongoing call again. I don't know why it keeps on booting you. That's some bullshit. Hold on. I'm going to tell my mom to do something. Hey, Mom, can you shut off, just pull the screen down on Dad's tablet and have it put it in airplane mode? Yes, she doxed herself. After, I supposedly doxed her. And that's the other thing I want to bring up. And I know it's old tea and I know it's old news, but, it's one of those things that I am going to say this for one last God blessed time. It was not me who doxed her. It was Bergen. It was freaking Bergen. Nope, around or before the 1 hour and minute mark. She says here in Washington. Oh, that's funny. That's fucking funny. When she said she fought, and she still says she lives in Oregon. I've heard her say it. I mean, not that it's a big deal. There you are. Go to, what the hell? Alright. Moose. Wireless. On. Alright. Just leave him a note saying I put his Kindle on Wi-Fi. I mean, on airplane mode. Thank you. Hour and 20 minute mark. Oh, okay. It booted her again. What the hell? I don't know why. Usually at this point, I would be the one getting booted. It's not saying my signal strength is bad. Because it would immediately tell me. Let's try that. Because sometimes the link can get lost. I don't know why. But I'm telling you, I mean, not for nothing, but he looks like another basement dweller.
I can't even see him. I mean, he's in pitch black with weird lighting behind him. So,
I mean, at least Justin, when he's dark, you can still see him, you know?
You can see him. But which hangout is that?
The one that I'm on is More After Midnight Coffee, Please.
Is that the one he's on?
That's the one I see him on, yeah.
Oh.
She's on with Barbie, Trisha, two other guys, and of course when you have she ended up bringing up 2 of her profiles. Why, I don't know, but whatever. And that was the other thing. She tried to drag me saying that I don't know what it's like to keep a man or something along those lines. Does she not realize that in order for me to have a child, a P had to go into the V and stay there to finish? Does she not know how basic anatomy and physiology works? How sexual reproduction happens? P goes into V. P and V have fun. P finishes and V gets pregnant under normal circumstances. What part of that does she not understand? Why? Because I've been single, electively single, for almost 7 years. Yeah, I chose to be single because I didn't want to start bringing in dudes around my kid. Because I'm sorry, I'm not going to sit there and wait 6 months where I have feelings and then all of a sudden he hates my kid. Nah, they're going to meet within the first month or two. And if they don't vibe, he's gone. That's what my plan will be. But until I get my child situated, ain't no man going to come between me and my baby. Fuck that. No. What, just because you DM?
What?
Hold on. I got a DM. I'm so lucky I got DMs for days. Oh, she sent a clearer picture. Ooh, Muffin sent a clearer picture. Hold on. I'll send it to you. Hold on. I gotta message it. I'm messaging it to you. That was when she was on panel with Lindy. Holy shit, man. There we go.
He actually looks decent looking.
He looks like a fuckboy.
Is he in his closet too? Like, what is going on?
It looks it.
Or his bedroom, maybe. It looks like a hole in the wall.
Oh, Jenny wanted me to tell you. She sent me a DM like 2 hours ago and I missed it. That Ireland's cheeks need some serious pinching. We were looking for Little Miss Feces' boyfriend, and we found him. So he is actually a person. I commend you on that. He is a living, breathing, self-identifying male. Good on you.
So I have a question. Maybe somebody can answer it for me.
Uh-oh. Shannon having a question, not a good thing, people.
I'm wondering if people are going to think the same thing I'm thinking. That Fifi and this guy claim to be a thing, a couple, kind of like Lindy and Boris were a couple, for internet props. But I have to give credit where credit is due. At least they actually met and have proof of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I guess it was more than just an internet thing to an extent for them. And I'm not knocking on them, I'm just saying. But I have a feeling it's kind of the same thing. Like Felicia and this guy are claiming to be a couple, but I don't believe they've ever met in person.
I don't think so either. Because, okay, now that you saw the better picture, doesn't he remind you of Mark?
Kinda. And
with the fuckboy look to him.
Yeah, I mean, he's decent. I mean, from what I can see, he looks decent looking. He's not gross or nasty or ugly or whatever, but
he's our age, and it looks like he's living in the fucking basement. He looks our age. Does he not, or older? I would say he was like mid to late 30s, like us.
Guessing somewhere between 34 and 36, yeah, give or take. But yeah, so I mean, I can't tell at the picture.
It's still dark. It's grainy. But you know what? It's I appreciate Muffin for the screenshot. Thank you. You had to go and view Felicia's shit.
Whatever room he's in is small.
Listen, I'm not saying I live in the Taj Mahal. But here,
I mean, if he's a grown man, wouldn't he be living by himself? I mean,
well, I'm a grown ass woman. I'm not living by myself, but I got my reasons for that. But see, look, my shit.
I'm not living by myself either. I got a bunch of kids, but
yeah, you got a little bunch of, But see, look, my shit's light. I got light on, and I look like shit. Hi, how are you? But yo, for real, you're having a hangout and you're sitting in the dark. Okay, I'm gonna sit in the dark. Hold on. It's still not dark because I'd have to get up and get the light off. But you get my point. Hey, in this light, my skin looks pretty good. But at the end of the day, have they actually met?
I don't think so. But who knows?
Or have they just, fucked online?
How do you do that?
Sexting. She admitted to sexting while she was listening to our hangout.
Sexting, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm. I'll just keep my camera on. It's fine. I have nothing to hide. Hi, the moose. I know on my baby. He's in California. Where's Pup when you need him?
Who's in California? Sorry.
Pup, see if you can do some digging and find out where he, what his name is. I'm just kidding. Don't dox him. But here, look at, here's my kitty cat. Isn't he so cute and so big?
Who lives in California? What were you saying about California? Sorry, I missed that.
This dude lives in California.
Oh. Well, it's not that far from Washington. Well, it depends on where in California.
Yeah. Tanya, does your voice make her so hot she has to reach out and text someone? No, she has to reach out and touch herself.
Oh, God, gross. She was playing with her yarn. I mean, come on.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Oh, I'm getting more DMs. Oh, I'm so lucky. See, this is what you're missing out on Twitter.
Nah.
Oh, Angie cleaned it up. He's actually not a bad-looking dude. What the fuck is he doing with her?
I don't think he's with her.
Thank you, Angie. He's not a bad-looking guy. He's really not. He's not a bad-looking guy. Sorry, I'm just reading something. Okay. Oh my God. That's funny. Hi, Moose. Are you going to steal the show from me again? Goddamn, both of you just vocally made a disgusting noise.
Gross. How'd you meet him anyway?
He's a troll. He's a troll on Boyd.
Okay, but it doesn't look like a month or two ago when she had him on panel that they were like a thing.
Well, he's been coming around her side chats. He actually was coming in her scopes too.
I don't know him.
Pumpkin Drublick.
Nope.
Oh God, everybody's passing these pictures around. Now we're gonna get accused of doxing him. Watch.
How are you gonna get accused of doxing when he put his face?
Because I get accused of everything.
Well, you did dox her,
Yeah, I doxed her through Bergen's account, apparently.
Yeah, but even Bergen said her shit's public. Like, if you put in Michelle Clyn in her state, she comes up. So there's
you just doxed her.
I'm just saying, I didn't exactly dox her. You can't dox somebody whose shit is public. Sorry, but you can't.
Well, then the same could be said for me at my previous address.
True. That's not really doxing you. Your shit's out there.
Yeah, well, my previous address is. Thank you. He's a big boy. He's a moose, huh, Moose? He's a good boy. He's just a fat, lazy cat. Well, he's not really lazy. His best friend is the dog. Pig is his best friend. Oh, was that you or the baby?
No, me.
Oh. Yes, he does. He knows I'm his mama. He's a content kitty cat. Huh. But no, I mean, at the end of the day with this, folks, I'm being 100% real here, okay? You can't sit there and commend someone for putting their feelings out there and then and then backhand them with you're a piece of shit for putting your feelings out there. You can't do that to somebody. That's so fucked up. And he does kind of look like her.
That?
Basically, that's what she said. Felicia agreeing with Diahann on everything Diahann was saying. You can't sit there and commend someone saying, it's really good that you let your feelings go and you showed yourself and you put yourself out there, and then agree with someone saying you need to shut your fucking mouth and build a bridge and get over it. Hey, Jillian. You can't do that to a person. That's fucked up. And like I said,
do you expect any less of her? Or
well, not for nothing, but it's
more?
like, I do and I don't, I guess. It's like, oh, hold on. Is it still doxing when everyone under the sun knows her name, address, phone number, the color of the RV, and the name of the alternative school she graduated from? Is that doxing? Oh my God, Muffin! Muffin! Muffin. Muffin. I think Shannon got booted again. Yep. Nope. Maybe. Shannon? I think she got booted again. Son of a bitch. I think it's
I
her.
didn't. Hold on.
Oh, I thought it might have been your refi. Did y'all just see how fat this cat was just now? Stem to stern, he's like this big. Like, no joke. And that's just from the tip of his nose to his butt. That's not including his tail. Muffin, that's so bad. I know you're asking an honest question. I know you are. But you're a naughty girl. But it's true. But the thing is that everybody kind of knows my shit too. And I wouldn't want to put my shit out there. But it's like, it's already been done how many damn times? How many damn times? So I'm just like, I'm at the point where it's like, okay, you know what, whatever. If you throw my shit out there, then I'm going to throw your shit out there twice as hard. That's true. That is very true. I'll give you that, Muffin. Oh, you know what? I need to finish my water. No crusty lips here. That's true. But I got accused of it. That's the fucked up part, is that I got accused of putting out her information. I got accused of trying to swat her. Never happened. So, but at the end of the day, she gets to say all this shit, this inflammatory shit, and there's no repercussion for it. Not on my watch. Not on my watch. Not happening. I know, and we all do know. And that, you know what, that in itself should tell her to back the fuck off and leave people alone. But she doesn't want to do that. So she's going to end up playing with fire. She's going to end up playing with fire. Because how many more times is it going to take for her to inflame someone? I'm going to shut my camera off now because that's enough now. I proved my point. I don't think she realizes how much stuff there is online about her. That's true. But I wouldn't honestly go looking for it. You know what I mean? That's just not me. I don't delve that deep into people. But I would just really like to see Karma really slap her in the face. I really would. I would love to see it. Because with the comments that she made, both in Dawn's hangout and in her own hangout, and then agreeing with Diahann to keep it in and basically shut the fuck up and, you know, build a bridge and get over it. I'm sorry. How is that productive? How is that even remotely positive? I think I'm just holding her to a standard in which everyone else holds everyone else to, and we just expect less from her, I think is the problem. We expect less, so we get less. Every time she does something, she hits the bottom of the barrel, and I don't think she can get any lower, and she does. I don't usually either, but I was pissed off and laid up with back problems and bored, so shit got found. Hey, you know what? That's what happened with Shannon, too. She went digging when she was on bed rest. And I'm not talking about this time. When you got put on bed rest that last time, not with Ireland, but before that, that's when a lot of the shit got found. Correct?
What shit?
The shit about her. I'm like turned to the side like you're actually sat here.
I'm not peeing. I'm using my faucet.
Oh, who cares if you're peeing? I don't care.
I'd tell you if I was peeing, but
I know you would. But that's what I mean, is you got laid up, you were on bed rest after that procedure for a few days, and things got found.
Oh, maybe. I don't remember.
Well, that's how you and Bergen found it, if I recall correctly.
Found what? Oh, her address? Are you talking about her address?
Her past.
Oh.
As Muffin put it, her alternative school.
Her alternative school.
That's a nice way to put. That's a nice way to put it. But that's the thing. She wants to go out and start flaming people for coming out with their emotions. I will put out there what I know about her publicly, and I'll have backup. Miss, I grew up in Philly. No, the fuck you didn't.
What?
No, yeah, she's told people in the past that she basically grew up in Philly. She was naming off neighborhoods that you heard on, like, remember that show, the with the parking meter maids where they would give tickets and stuff? Do you remember that show that I used to watch? There was a show on A&E that I can't remember what the name of the show was, but she was naming off neighborhoods that are easily found out online or through watching TV. She wasn't naming anything or landmarks within those neighborhoods that would say that she actually grew up there.
Oh, for the love of God.
And my mom's right. The moral of the story is do not fuck with people that have a lot of time on their hands. That is preach it, sister. That is damn straight. She's fucked with too many people, and she's come between too many people. And that was the other thing, too, that I had an issue with, is the fact that I'm going to explain this to y'all because this was from my side. And I know quite a few of you were upset that I stepped down off of Dawn's panel for her to speak. I stepped down because that's what Dawn wanted. I didn't do it because she wanted it. I did it because Dawn asked me to. Pretty much, Muffin. So I know a lot of you were upset and, about me stepping down, not once but twice, but I did that out of respect. Now, if it was the other way around, she wouldn't have done it. Not even close. But see, that's what makes me classy and her classless, is the fact that I can say, you know what? You're right. I'll step back. I'll let her speak. But she's lucky that Celeste was up there and fucking put a kibosh on that shit real fucking quick. Because she gaslights fucking everyone that she can get. Everyone that she can. I know you did, AJ, but I know Mike was pissed. And, well, not pissed. Irritated. Jan was irritated. And I think Muffin was too. And I did it out of respect. I did it because I loved Dawn more than I hated her. And I don't even hate her. I extremely dislike her behavior. But nothing, but in the end, right? Was anything accomplished then? No, nothing was accomplished. Nothing was good. She went up there to start trouble.
She didn't go up there because she thought that the topic was interesting and she wanted to talk about it. She went up there to talk about shit that had nothing to do with it.
Yep.
And cause more fuckery. It was just like everybody said, she was using it for content for herself.
Mm-hmm.
In the end. And that's exactly what she did.
Pup says, I wasn't upset. I understood. I just thought it was ridiculous that she was putting her to conditions on a stream that wasn't hers. And I agreed with that statement in the side chat. I agreed with that. I 100% agreed with that. But I was hoping, and Celeste was of the same ilk, was that I had a little bit of hope. I had a little bit of hope that maybe, just maybe, something could be solved.
With her? No.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to tell you, Celeste and I had the same hope. And that was, maybe something will be solved. Maybe something will come forward from this. I'm not asking them to be friends, but let's stop with the bullshit. That's what at least Celeste and I were kind of saying at the same time in the side chat.
Mm.
Instead, it only hurt my friend further. And I couldn't do anything to help her. There was nothing I could do. Oh, I know. And that's the funny thing is oh man. She is running with a bunch of people that will chew her up and spit her out for fucking breakfast. She thinks she's in good with them, that they're going to troll me. Y'all remember when she tried sending all of these fucking little troll, quote unquote, these people to my scope to get me shut down? Do we remember that? When have I ever sent anyone to her channel to shut her down? I told people that she was talking about inappropriately to shut down her hangout. I told them individually. I didn't say, hey, everyone go mass flag, because I could lose my channel. for doing that. If it was proven. I'm not about to lose my channel for that bitch. But you're damn Skippy. Hey, Mallory. You're damn Skippy. I'm going to tell her like it is and how it's going to be. I gave you some Gucci, honey. I gave you some Gucci. But that girl is, by and large, in with a bunch of people. I'm not talking about you, Mallory. I'm talking about the trolls within that group of boys that as soon as they're able to turn on her, they will, and they will chew her up and spit her out.
Well, look at the other group she pissed off.
Which one? The one on Periscope?
Yeah.
The one with Chris Anonymous and all them?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yep. They still have her number.
You know,
they still track her.
They were in her stuff for a little while, thinking she was okay. And I'll never forget it because I was there trying to actually have a true conversation with her. This is a long time ago. And she kept saying, I hated her. I'm like, how do you hate somebody you don't really know personally? And what you do know of them is not good because that's what they keep putting out. I mean, I don't hate anybody, really. So, do I think she's a nuisance? Yeah. Do I think that she has her own problems? Yep. Do I think that she's in a lot of denial? Yep. Do I think that she doesn't have a single real friendship out of anybody on the internet? Yep. I think she uses people. She makes them think that you guys are friends. And then uses it for content later. So I watched her do it with you.
Watch her do it with Tucci. Watch her do it with AJ. Watch her do it with JJ. Watch her do it with Chandra. Yeah. Watch her do it with Celeste. Watch her do it with Jan. Does the list need to go on and on? Mara. The list, the bodies behind her of the people that she's burned is far greater than the bodies that are quote unquote supporting her. And it is a very much of a brat attitude, AJ. It very much is. She's going to stomp and kick her feet until she gets what she wants. But the problem is that there are certain people who will allow her to get what she wants, and it continues to feed the beast. She was all but gone until all of this shit happened, when she allowed fuckery to happen on her channel, and then she created more fuckery because she realized, oh my God, nobody gives a flying fuck about plants and crystals coming from me.
Sorry.
Nobody cares that I wear yarn in my fucking basement and have craft felt paper on my ceiling. Like, nobody cares. Nobody cares about your online fucking boyfriend. Good for you. Maybe you're finally getting some vitamin D, even if it is through the fucking internet. I don't give a fuck. But at the end of the day, you're not going to sit here and come up here and trash me for having a mental health issue and then sit there and hide behind it. You can't. You can't do that. You didn't want to come out and say it. You wanted to be the positive one. So you allowed someone who blatantly hates me, doesn't particularly care for Dawn, and you allowed her up there to trash the fuck out of us, and you agreed with it. That makes you even worse than Diahann. Because at least you called Dawn a friend. I never called you my friend. You never called me your friend. We were temporarily ceasefired, if you will. But I never once called you my friend, and vice versa. But you're going to come out here swinging behind someone else? Fuck out of here. Your content sucks. Nobody wants to hear about plants and fucking crystals coming out of you. I'd much rather watch Joey Graceffa for crystals, thank you. At least he knows what the fuck he's talking about. And it's not reading from a book. I'd much rather go to Winter for a tarot reading because at least hers are accurate. I'd much rather watch Chandra make her soap and Jenny do her candles and Mara do her embroidery shit than ever watch you wear yarn. With some really ugly, sagged out, granny panty wearing bitch. Did you borrow those from your mama or something? Because I just want to know. What did Beef Jerky Diahann do? Oh my God. AJ. Long and short of it, she told she called me and Dawn bipolar twins, and that because she has bipolar, she can say that. She's admitted to loving being a bully when she was a kid. She far more appreciated and loved her childhood as a fat kid than she ever does as a skinny person. That she came onto the scene with no empathy, no emotions, not giving a flying fuck about anybody. But now with therapy and medication, she does now. Anybody who goes out and talks about suicide, everyone has suicidal thoughts, so they just need to build a bridge again over it. I think that about sums it up. Because anybody with a mental health issue, no therapist, no professional person is going to look at that person who's having suicidal thoughts and saying, you know what, Tanya, build a bridge and get over it. Pup. Like, that's just, to me, because that's the other thing, AJ. A lot of people are waiting for me to pop off yesterday because I was thoroughly, and I do mean thoroughly, pissed off. The only reason why I'm not playing what I downloaded is because of the fact that she would strike my channel. So guess what? If people need to hear it and she deletes it, come and talk to me and I will play it on a platform where I won't get in trouble. Because what's good for the goose is good for the gander, isn't it? Playing other people's content.
Well, if you're talking about her content, then it's, it's not really like copyright according to her.
Right, because it's transformative.
Transformative, right?
It's transformative, and she did not get struck. She didn't get shut down for 30 days and then again for 45. Not at all. Not at all. Did she get? No, I think actually the next time was 30 days. No, she got struck 30 for me, 45 for Mara, and if she gets one more in the next calendar year from when Mara struck her, her channel is gone. If she was so happy being fat, why did she get skinny? Why does she brag about how much she lost? I mean, good on her for doing it, but it's conflicting stories. That's what I'm saying. If you are happy being fat and you loved who you were being, heavier or whatever, then why did you have weight loss surgery? I mean, short of, health reasons. Yeah. Diahann had help. Yeah. Diahann had weight loss surgery.
She did tell me, I don't remember, but I mean, some people do it because of, health issues, right? Or
they don't right. They feel bad about themselves, and good on her that she did it. I'm glad that she did it, but don't sit there and come out in public and say you enjoyed being a fat kid bully. You enjoyed it. Like the amount of vitriol that when she said it, sent shivers down my spine. Legit shivers down my spine with the amount of vile and vitriol she had in it. Diahann did. If you go to her last hangout, if you go to Feces' last hangout, she comes on at about 53 minutes in, and that bullshit starts at about 60 minutes. Diahann did.
I can't see the side chat.
That's why you probably keep on getting booted. It's because you try to go into the side chat.
Right. So I'm not gonna bother. No offense.
Diahann did.
Who's asking? AJ?
AJ, I swear on my son's life, if I could get the exact minute, I would only play that clip because I can't get in trouble for that. But who would, legit, who would admit to that? I wouldn't admit to that. But see, I was the bullied. And the fact that, it makes a lot of sense because people who used to be bullies and they aren't fully reformed will have bullying behavior when they're adults. And I'm sorry, but she's been a bully for the longest time and hid behind the guise of, this or that. Can't you say something to protect yourself before playing it? You're supposed to put up that disclaimer about fair use. But the problem is that I would have to find it. You should be able to, but I'm not taking that risk. I'm not going to have her be able to have that kind of ammunition against me. If I have to, I'll play it on scope.
So even if I played it, you get in trouble?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So AJ says, is it a, oh, I'm tough, been through it attitude, blah, blah, blah. She's too much, can't take her seriously, LOL. Well, according to Angie, she flat up lied and said that she was bullied and she understood where her daughter was coming from. That's why she took her out of school. So which is it? And then she said that, oh yeah, this AJ, you're going to love this one. She actually said that everyone has suicidal thoughts to build a bridge and get over it. To basically shut the fuck up. And the piece de resistance was, if you don't like what they're saying or what someone who doesn't like you has to say, why are you watching? Shut the fuck up and don't watch. Well, aren't you directly
or the kettle?
Right? Aren't you directly contradicting yourself in that statement?
Correct.
She uses very broad statements to paint everyone with the same brush. Mike's saying he's never had suicidal thoughts, which I'm very happy for you.
I haven't either.
I'm very happy for you both that you've never had them, because it is the scariest fucking thing on the face of the planet. AJ says, what the fuck? Yeah, that's coming from someone who doesn't have knowledge and is a liar. I was never friends with her, so I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you which was a lie and which one was fact. Somewhere, shape, or form, obviously, Diahann, you got caught up. You got straight fucking busted. Because you got people who were friends with you telling me that you told them that you were bullied in school. So you understood where your daughter was coming from. Now, could it be both? Yep. The bully oftentimes very much in school becomes the bully. And as Mara says, hurt people hurt people. So what do you expect? But you're not going to come up here and dog me out for speaking my emotions and how I feel. And of course, according to her, I need to be right all the time. I'm always right. And I'm up on this pedestal and I'm no better than Felicia or anyone else. You know what? I'm going to say this, and I've never said this about anybody, and Shannon can attest to that. I am better than Felicia. I am a million times better than Felicia, because I've never, ever, ever thought of taking down people that I cared about knowingly. Me, when I was cycling out and being manic, said some really fucked up things, and I've owned them. But at the end of the day, I own my shit. I apologize and try to move on from it. I know it's a Virgo trait, Muffin. I know.
Hey, I'm a Virgo. What are you trying to say?
Yeah, well, we all have to. Well, Muffin's a Virgo too, honey.
What's she saying?
She says, listen, being right is a Virgo trait with a crying, laughing face. It is.
It is. It is, yeah.
But you know what? If I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. That is a hard thing to do, but I do it. And standing up for what's right is oftentimes the most difficult thing to do. And I do it on a daily. What were you going to say? You were going to say something. You might as well out it now.
No, I'm thinking, if Felicia really cared about her friendship with Dawn, as a hypothetical, because I can't say she did or didn't. I mean, it looks or appears that way because, I mean, she's trying uber hard, considering she hasn't tried with anybody else. If that makes sense. So, if she cared so much, why is it tit for tat? Why is it, let's go back 3 years? You know, you did this, I did, you know what I mean? Like, and the only reason that Dawn even responded with what I would consider tit for tat is because she was fucking annoyed. And she's trying to get her to understand why people feel the way they do about her. Instead, why wouldn't you just fucking apologize? Own your shit if you care so much about your friendship with Dawn.
I agree. And AJ says the problem with Diahann is she's always wanted a storyline in this community, truly.
That That girl's messy too.
It's not messy. That's not messy. That's just straight up. Hold on, I'm unplugging something. That's just straight up vitriol and being disgusting. And I'm sorry if Mallory, you're still here. That Mallory is from Boyd, and she's a really nice lady. She's very insightful. She incites a lot of thought, like Shauna Mills. You remember Shauna?
Yeah.
She invokes a lot of thought. But the problem with that is that, you can invoke thought. You can be the, what am I trying to think of? Devil's advocate. You can be that, and you can do that well. Mallory can. Because she'll look at it from a completely different angle than you ever thought. Okay, AJ.
What?
She says, next time say my comment with anonymous instead of my name. Because according to, I think it was Felicia that said you were anonymous, right, AJ?
What?
Yeah.
That she's anonymous?
Yeah. And, it all kind of goes based around back around that too. And that is, Felicia started out as a nameless, faceless fucking troll. Oh, then why do you want me to call you anonymous? My chat will be up. Unlike her, I don't suspend my chat. No. I'm not saying she did. No. I'm not saying she did. I thought that's what you were alluding to, is that she did. Let me see something here. I just want to see something. Make sure she's... She has not been on Twitter in like 24 hours.
Because she's sleeping off a drunken stupor?
Oh, probably. Like I said, I'll probably get... Yeah, you knew you were connected. Oh, teasing Diahann. She's anonymous. Oh, got it. Look, I'm a little slow on the upkeep, okay?
I got it.
Oh, she was working with Anonymous. Oh, that Anonymous. Like actual Anonymous, the one that like busted shit out about the president and all that other shit. Got it.
What?
Yeah, you remember Anonymous? It was all over the news. A huge hacker. It was a bunch of people.
Yep.
Diahann was saying, now I remember, Diahann was saying that she was working with Anonymous.
What?
Yeah. They don't fuck with this kind of shit. Come on now.
Jesus, Christ, I can't.
But that's the thing. I don't misrepresent myself. I am who I am, and that's it. I don't try to present myself to be anything more than myself. Felicia tries to present herself as a badass, and she's just an ass doing bad. Okay? She's not a bad bitch. She's just a bitch doing bad. And I will not, and I will continue to call out shitty behavior from her. And she doesn't intimidate me. I'm not afraid of her. She might think that she's, shut me up or whatever. But at the end of the day, bitch, you is a baby back bitch living in your mama's basement wearing some yarn for some fucking B-list celebrity's attention that already has a fucking girlfriend. And who's stunning, by the way, and an amazing person. Let's see. Muffin, she wrote that anonymous letter. Mike said he wouldn't work with that idiot. Muffin says Anonymous is the mafia. She's dangerous. Pup says Muffin, you misspelled delusional. That's true though. But I mean, all joking aside, all bullshit aside, you know what? If you want to come and talk to me, here's your opportunity. I've been on now for 2 hours. 2 hours. And neither one, because I know that they're watching, because within 30 seconds of me firing this up, I had 2 dislikes. Thanks for the engagement. I wasn't going to let this go. Not this time. I've let too much shit go and saying, you know what? It's not worth it. Hey, listen, JRT's B list. A lot of people know who he is, and his Morgan Freeman deserves him to put him on the B list. I'm sorry, it does. Even Shannon will attest to that because his Morgan Freeman is amazing.
That was pretty damn good.
His Morgan Freeman is fucking tits. I don't care what anybody says. He deserves B list just for the Morgan Freeman. Just for the Morgan Freeman alone. I don't know what they expect people to do. Do they just say, oh, you know what? This person's too mentally fragile. They're not going to say anything, so they think they're going to get away with saying it. I don't get it.
Who's fragile?
Whoever. I mean, they could consider me fragile, Don fragile. I don't know who they consider fragile, but obviously they did because they were so open about it. Well, Diahann was, and, little Miss Fifi, wanting to agree and actually go out there and just trash someone.
So many people thought that she was fragile or she was, heading to a breakdown or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I never thought she was. And
Me neither. Me neither.
I never thought she was.
Nope. She loves herself too much.
I think at one point you were a little worried that she might be. But I don't think so. I think that she loves the attention and she will agree with whoever's on her panel or whatever content she does have at this point, because she would never do this before. If you haven't noticed, if you go backwards a couple of years, she wasn't agreeing with everything everybody said. But that's when nobody knew what she looked like and nobody really knew who she was.
Yeah, she could hide. She could still hide.
Right. And now I feel as though she's agreeing with whoever comes on her panel just to agree so that she has some type of content, because she doesn't have any. I don't know.
Except for plants and crystals and red yarn.
I mean, I gotta say, some plants are pretty cool, but I know nothing about fucking plants, so.
You kill them. You typically, you tend to kill them.
Exactly. Hey, I kept roses alive for a couple of years.
Yeah, you did. You did a good job with that.
Besides that, I don't have a green thumb at all.
But, you have black thumb. But you babied those roses and they were beautiful.
But I mean.
But it's just like,
Who cares? I mean,
she keeps on. She did.
Bathroom? That's the other thing. Is that the bathroom? Like, what is that? I don't.
No, it's her basement.
I know, but the room that she has her plants in looks like a bathroom.
No, you can tell that there is some sort of wood stove there.
Oh, okay. It just looked like, I don't know, tile or something.
No, it looks like some kind of like wood stove or pellet stove or something. Roses in Massachusetts, they're actually really easy to kill in Massachusetts, like super easy. But she babied these fuckers. Babied this bush. But it's I don't know how many other ways I can phrase it. If you go to bed, I'll sit up here until one of them pops in. I don't give a fuck. They want to have a conversation. Let's talk. Let's not yell. Let's not scream. Let's not name call. Let's talk. Open invitation. Much like Dawn tried to do. And she had to take it to a whole other level. It didn't need to go to. See, I still have things sticking out in my mind, like I should bring my 6-year-old child or soon to be 6-year-old child to a jail to a man that he doesn't remember.
Why would he remember him?
Or doesn't, let's just put it this way, doesn't know.
Correct. But I mean, she doesn't know this. That's what I mean. She talks about a lot of stuff that she doesn't really know about. It's like bare minimum.
No, she knows what I speak about. But yet.
Right, that's what I'm saying, bare minimum. So I mean, just like Jan's situation, she took an article she found online that doesn't tell you shit about that situation. And she ran with it. And she doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about, and she looks foolish just over an article. Do you know how many times articles or news stories are told and they're inaccurate? Or not the whole story is told or whatever? I mean, come on, let's be real.
Very much so. Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
But, but according to her, it's gospel. And she did all those things. No. I know the whole story. Thank you very much.
So do I. Yeah, she told us a while back, but.
Know the whole story. Have been knowing the whole story.
No one cares. It's none of our business. It's oh, Jesus Christ.
And Mike, I do know it's pointless, but at the end of the day, if she's got shit to say, come and say it.
It is pointless. It's just it's like you would get more out of banging your head up against a wall than you would about talking to her.
No, I've tried that. It doesn't work. It just leaves me with a headache.
I mean, you get more out of talking to one of my dogs than you would to her. I mean,
That's true. I get more out of my autistic child than I do out of her, but I'm still giving her the opportunity. Instead of going running off and this is her choosing method of communication, show that you're an adult. Show that you're an adult, because I know you're one of the 7 fucking people that had a thumbs down. What is she going? Mike says, what is she going to say? She will deflect and deny, not take any accountability for anything. But see, I don't let her sit and spin on my channel. I would never allow that to happen. If she wanted to sit and spin, she can go in a washing machine, or she can go fuck herself. You know, because at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to, is she hurt numerous people. She's burned numerous people, and yet no accountability. There's no growth.
she still doesn't understand what she did, or I don't believe that she doesn't understand. I just don't.
Mike goes, then it would be a short convo if you won't let her spin. And that's true. It would be a very short conversation, but at least I would try. That's my whole point, is I'm willing to try. I've shown personal growth. Okay? I've shown a lot of maturity in these last few months than I ever have before. And yes, I'm patting myself on the back here because I fucking deserve it. It was a lot of work. Okay? For her to go there and speak out of one side of her mouth and less than an hour later go, or 6 hours later, whatever it was, to go speaking out of her other side of her mouth and agreeing with Diahann, because let's face it here, the true problem with that hangout the other day, yesterday, was not Felicia for once. It was fucking Diahann. It was Diahann.
Yeah,
and she allowed it. She
I did
allowed
see
it.
one hangout that she had like before. She had like 3, right? There was like 2 or 3.
No, that was 3 nights ago. It was like Wednesday night.
I don't know. Whenever she had like 2 or 3 in a row, but she was right after the hangout you guys were on. And she was, saying that she thought it was good and whatever, that she opened herself up and all these emotions. And then when you ever told me about Diahann being on our panel and it was like a totally different story, I thought to myself, if she had any intention of ever, fixing that friendship, she just fucked herself even more. That was dumb. I try to understand this girl, I do, but I got to a point that I just don't give a fuck. Not that I cared much before, but I thought like maybe if I could understand her better, like I could understand why she's. I don't know.
Get almost like into the, not so much the inner psyche, but try to figure out how she works.
Kind of like what is the goal here? Like to kind of get semi-close or friendly / whatever friends with people, and then turn on them. Like I don't quite understand when they don't agree with you. Like you're 7,
right?
I don't quite understand this.
Well, she made the point of that we expect her to act like a petulant child. What is this?
Like a petulant child.
What is this?
What is what?
With her behavior, it's exactly like a petulant child. It's like like Sean coming home from the fucking playground today, threw a fucking huge hissy fit because he didn't get his way. It's just like that. You know what I mean? So if you're going to act like a child, you're going to be treated like one. You want to act like an adult? We can treat you like an adult.
And wasn't it her that said that, it's just the internet, it's not that serious?
Yeah, that was a while ago. But a while ago or not, it still stands. Clearly that's how she feels. Well, Muffin just said we expect it because this has been the pattern for 3 years now. But okay, it's been the pattern. So why? Okay. If people can look past what I've done, because now that there's an explanation behind it, it's like, okay, now that makes sense. You guys saw a little bit of why I was the way I was. Got it. How is it that when shit goes down, it's just, oh, well, that's Felicia?
Well, you guys know how
That's
she is.
Felicia.
That's how she is.
That's
Right.
Felicia. That to me is a cop-out. I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, it is. I get, I'm using myself here as an example. I get held to a higher standard because I've set that goal for myself. I've set that bar for myself. Okay. So if I slip below that and I start acting unlike what I want to, then there's no growth. But when she goes and does something, it's just, oh, well, we expect that from her. Oh, well. Meanwhile, there could be someone that she hurt. There could be someone that she sent over the edge. There's a whole plethora of things, and it's just chalked up to, well, that's Felicia. That's not right either. And I'm not saying go out and pick a fight and fight every fucking battle. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that if you're going to hold people to a standard, if you're going to hold people to a certain bar of decorum, whether it be me, whether it be Dawn, whether it be Justin, whether it be I'm going to use Roxanne because she's not here. But, all these different people that do these things on the internet and cause a little bit of controversy in the right way. Provoking thought is not causing controversy. Provoking thought is just that, provoking thought. But I'm not going to sit here and allow this person to say the things that she does and then get away with it. Not when it comes to mental health, not when it comes to the stigma already that comes attached to, especially bipolar disorder. There are people that are now fucking afraid of me, that I'm some sort of violent creature. My violent days are long gone, except for me maybe starting a GoFundMe for a Slap-a-Hoe tour. But, but I need more people with me so we can have a round robin of arrests, okay? And have a really good lawyer. AJ says, yeah, provoking thoughts, exactly. AJ, Muffin said that. AJ says, I think she may have a story, but chose not to share it, or she chooses to have a hard shell because of what she's been through, and the internet is a place for her to escape and let out her demons. But her demons could be something that sends someone over the edge. Let's face it. We've all said you don't know who's on the other side of that computer screen, right? You don't know what their day was that day. And her fucking running her mouth could be the final straw of, well, you know what? Fuck this. And they do something to themselves. God forbid if that were to ever happen. God forbid. God forbid that would ever happen. And that's my point, is that people still go to her streams to watch the fucking train wreck. People go and watch her and, look at her Twitter and interact with her in some kind of way on her Twitter and think it's okay. That's why she's in with a bunch of fucking trolls, because they think the same way she does, that there are no boundaries. Because on the internet, there are no boundaries. Let's be real. Let's be fucking real. In comparison to the amount of pedophiles that there are on the internet, how many are caught every day? 1 or 2, maybe, in comparison to the millions. But we hold that accountability to law enforcement. When is it time for us to hold other people accountable for what they say by not supporting them, by telling people that they're, raising awareness of this type of person? If it weren't for me and my friends, she'd have no content. Pup says, the problem is that her story contradicts itself. It's fine if she does, but then she doesn't need to contradict herself when she tells her stories. I agree.
Who? When she tells her
Felicia, Diana, whoever. It doesn't matter.
Well, Felicia if you're gonna really told her story. She just
exactly
made stuff up.
She tends to roll with one story with one group of people. She's very chameleon-like. Very chameleon-like. She will adapt herself to whatever group she's in. One group needs her to be meek and and stupid. Another group, she'll be loudmouth and a bitch. I'm just a loudmouth and a bitch. It doesn't matter what fucking group I'm in. I'm me, and that's that. I don't change myself to fit the groups of people that I'm in. If I talk to Shannon for too long, people around here can't understand me because my Boston accent comes out so thick. I stick around people that are like legit Waco people, and my accent's so thick, Shannon has a hard time understanding me. Y'all have a hard time understanding me sometimes because I talk fast with the Southern drawl and it doesn't work. AJ says, I hope no matter what, people get the help that they need. I agree. But there are people who turn to the internet for like-minded people. People who are struggling with mental health. People who are struggling with being a single parent. People who are just struggling, period. And we don't know what happens to them that day. Like I said, that kind of a person that Felicia is a very dangerous person. End of. I don't care what anybody fucking says. There's another person that's extremely dangerous, but I'm not mentioning her on my channel. The manipulation, the spinning, the gaslighting. I can't tell you how many fucking times that I have sat there and thought, wait, what? No, that's not how it happened. And I really thought, you know, oh, Shannon says she can't look at side chat and the baby's awake. Oh, no. Yes, there are people who have a hard time understanding me, believe it or not. That's what I said the other day. I really worry one day something will be pushed too far. That is the one thing I can't stress enough. Someone is going, hey, Nani. Someday, someone is going to get pushed too far. And who will be held accountable? Because there are laws being put in place right now that are protecting those people. Hold on one second. It's about Felicia and what Diahann said yesterday morning on Felicia's Hangout. And that I'm having a legit problem with. I understood what you were saying, AJ. I get it. I totally get it. And that's what I mean. We don't know. So there's your Gucci, Nani. The recap is that Diahann came on Felicia's Hangout and now this is just a paraphrase, that people that come on the internet and show their emotions and talk about what they're going through, if they can't take the heat, get out of the kitchen, that people who have everyone's had suicidal thoughts. Well, then yours is Chanel, baby. Yours is Chanel. That people need to build a bridge and get over it. That if you are an emotional person, that you need to stay off the internet. All kinds of just calling me and Dawn the bipolar twins. Basically putting that stigma back on mental health issues. And then, of course, Felicia comes out with, I really think Dawn might be bipolar because she has these episodes. I might tomorrow just scope the actual Hangout. It's long. The parts that I need to, it's long, and I'm not going to edit it because then, oh my God, she took me out of context. Blah, 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 blah. No, I'm not dealing with that. I know. It is. It's people going too far. Nani, do you want a link? Because the baby woke up, so she had to go feed the baby. Her telling me, well, that's the thing is, you know what? What I have a problem with is them putting the stigma back on it. And it takes a lot for people to open up, especially for mental health. It takes a lot. Oh, okay. We can call him a piece of shit, but where does the accountability from the community that everyone is in saying, no, this is not okay? That's what I'm having the problem with. That's what I'm having the problem with. She came in, stirred the shit pot on Dawn's, and then went and did it intentionally to create content for herself to then go and backhand Dawn right across the face. Hey, not all Gucci is ugly, okay? Not all Gucci is ugly. There's some Gucci that's cute. Chanel is classic, though. Gotta love me some Chanel. What's really ugly is Balenciaga. That shit is ugly. That shit is ugly as fuck. I don't get it. I'm like looking at these people. I go on their website. I'm like, what the fuck? And I used to love me some Balenciaga. Like Balenciaga was right up there with Chanel with the classics, classic lines, all that. YSL is good too. YSL is good too. But like I said, yeah, I have no problem calling someone a piece of shit at the end of the day. But then where's the accountability? Because these, especially her, is going to push someone too far. Muffin says, T, I don't think we're ever going to get what we want, and I don't know if I feel like going crazy putting forth the effort to get it from her. Oh, Louboutins? Yeah, me too. I want one pair of red bottoms, that's for sure. Nani says, I will say this, we are all expecting people to change themselves or take accountability when history continues to repeat itself over and over again. But I hate using myself. I do. But at the end of the day, I've changed. I've taken that personal accountability. I've shown growth. And yet, when I'm calling someone out, it's like, well, why are you bothering? Or one of those things. And it's one of those things that the reason why I'm so bothered is because a month and a half ago, in the depression that I was in, if I was up there talking with Dawn and then she came out sideways, I don't know what I would have done. I don't know what I would have done to myself. I was in that deep of a depression that she could have a month and a half, 2 months ago, probably did something really fucking stupid. Mike says she'll never ever change. She will be in her basement drinking wine by herself while everyone else has moved on. But when have we actually moved on? Think about it this way. Like I said earlier before Nani came in, and that was everything was quiet. Nobody was fucking with her. She was doing her thing, getting like 10 views for her plants. And then all the shit popped off with Melissa and Lori and now, her coming back in, going after Dawn. And it's like she did it intentionally to create drama for herself. That's not right, and that's not okay. That's what I'm having a hard time with. That's the thing I'm having a hard time processing, is the fact that if I would have done this, I would have been run right up the fucking pole. But when I say it's different, Nani, it's different because at this stage of the game, if she says something to someone, like she said or agreed with Diahann yesterday, coming from someone that, you may have regarded as a friend, or they talk shit about you and pushed you over the edge. Right. Well, that's the thing. If she has a reason for being there, that's fine. And look, people bust my balls all the time about living with my parents, knowing my situation. Okay. And that's fine. If she has a reason for it, she has a reason for it. But don't dog out others for the same position that you're in. That's what I mean. The double standard is so bad when it comes to her that I just, maybe maybe one of you can make me understand. I'm not asking her or begging her for her to change. I know that what I say is going to go in one ear right out the other, and she's going to turn it into content, and that's fine. I'm not going to respond to whatever she has to say. I'm not going to respond to whatever Diahann has to say because I know what's coming because I'm not stupid. But what's not okay is the fact that she can dog out someone's mental health, not only dog them out, but then diagnose them and allow someone on their panel to openly not only spill vitriol and bile and just pure unadulterated hatred. She was proud and misses being a bully. That's what I took from it. Okay, so AJ said, no lie, if my parents were still alive, they would be living with me, LOL, basement or not. I think there's a reason for it. She's there. I think it's great that you live with your parents. It's because her life is not what she planned, so in turn, she has to take it out on others. Tanya, you need to fill in Nani because she missed parts. Okay. The gloss over is Diahann showed up on Felicia's hangout yesterday when Felicia was morning drinking at 7 a.m. her time, which made it 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock my time and 10 o'clock Eastern. She then came on to spill what she thought was common sense, is how I took it. And that was that Dawn and I were the bipolar twins, that I always have to be right. That she enjoyed being the fat kid because she was the bully. That, everyone has suicidal thoughts and they should build a bridge and get over it. That if you are on the internet and you have feelings, you should either pocket them or get off the internet. So she built up that stigma. She built that stigma back up of, anyone talking about their feelings and what they've gone through or what they're currently experiencing and talking it out, and then dogging her when people come with an example, something that worked for them. And she said, no, I've already done that, blah, 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 blah. Because we all got to remember, Dawn's approximately 5 to 10 years younger than the average around here. Okay. So she's been doing this a hell of a lot longer than I have, and than a lot of people have. But to go and sit there and express that when someone is opening up, and to slap at them like that and say, ha ha ha, you shouldn't be here, ha ha ha, we shut you down, or ha ha ha, we shut you up. What the fuck? That's not right. So yeah, am I going to stand here and speak for myself? Abso-fucking-lutely. I will not speak for anyone else but me. And what you said was truly and utterly disgusting. And if you think you gained some sort of notoriety or clout from being that quote unquote badass, saying basically go fuck yourself, honey, I got news for you. There's more of us than there are of you. And if it comes down to mental health, I will speak out against it all day, every day, and that's my problem. There are a certain number of us that know about someone else's problems and their past, and they need to shut the fuck up before someone gets really mad. I'm not talking about myself. That's going to spill the beans on someone's past. It's already been shown, Diahann, that you're a fucking liar because you told Angie and Lord knows how many other people that you were bullied and you empathized with your daughter. That's why you took her out of school. Any time I think you finally hit the bottom of the barrel, Felicia, man, oh man, you knocked that right out of the park and go even lower. That's what I don't understand. That's what I don't get. I understand that, Nani. And how long have I kept my mouth shut against her when it came down to it publicly, short of the couple of times on Dawn's Hangouts? How many times have I kept my mouth shut? How many times have I sat there and said nothing and just let it go? I'm sick and tired of letting shit go because at the end of the day, she thinks she can get away with it. Mental health is that line for me. Don't you fucking dare try to put that stigma back on people. I've got people who were fine with me who have come to me and said, you know what, I don't understand what you're going through. And it, quite honestly, it scares me. I don't want to be around you. I don't know enough about it to understand, and it scares me, and they've walked away from me, which is fine. I don't fault them for it. And I say, you know what, I'm really sorry. You know, next time if you have any questions, just come to me. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Hold on one second. No, I don't have to let it go, but there's a line. Everyone has that line of, you know what, I'm not standing for it anymore. I'm not doing it. And you know what? Mental health has always been that line for me, but now it's even more of a line. I trust you on that, Nani. I do. A lot of people were looking for me to pop off yesterday, and I knew enough to say, I'm angry. I can't be rational. I can't have a discussion right now. I have to sit on it. And I did. I waited almost 36 hours before I spoke on it. That's how much it bugged me. I was going to wait the day and see what happened. And as the day was progressing, it actually ate me up more and more. And I understand it will eat me up and tell them to fuck off and show them a better me. I have been. But again, where is that line where people are going to say, you know what? No, this is enough, and shut it the fuck down. It is. And it is getting worse. But I think we're getting to a point now where there's a shit ton of people. There's, like I just said, there's more of us than there are of her. They're going to say, you know what? No. And we're going to put the truth out. I'm not saying go out and bash her. Not, you know, yeah, we've been poking fun with the red yarn and, you know, her living in her basement. You know, it's like you want to sit there and just shake their heads till they understand, shake their shoulders until they understand that this isn't okay. It is. And that's where I'm at. Like, I've legit sat here. Yes, I've got it. Thank you. I got it. Hmm. No, I get it, Angie. And that's actually worse than what I thought it was. This is actually far worse than what I thought it was. You know, yeah, the line was seen, the line was drawn, but okay, the line was seen, the line was drawn, the boundary was made, boundary's been crossed. What's, in my opinion, you know, talking parent here, what's the punishment for passing said boundary? That right there is the conundrum there. What's the punishment? Yeah, we had a little bit of fun and we kept on freaking, you know, harassment striking her channel the other night. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I got my jollies off of it. It was quite funny. But when is enough enough? And when is it going to be like enough people finally sit up and stand up and say, enough, enough is enough? If I have to stand up here by myself, I will. But I'm one of those that, you know, once something happens and once something is brought up and once something, I'm actually going to say this on camera because I want you guys to see my face. Whoa, hello. That was a little close. once that is drawn and people see where it's drawn, hey, Maria, what is the repercussions from that or for that? Because I'm talking parent here. So anybody who understands me as a parent, you know, we set the boundary. What's the punishment? Maria, I have a question for you, Mama. And yes, my nails did get long. Look at that. Yay, I'm so proud of myself. I didn't bite them off. Yay. Okay, so Diahann said in Felicia's hangout that she was the bully when she was the fat kid growing up. What's the story about that? Did she say that she was the bully or bullied? Because she said one thing in Felicia's hangout that she enjoyed more being the fat kid and enjoyed being a bully than she ever did as the skinny girl. And yes, I'm vaping. I'm trying to quit smoking. Really? Damn. You can say whatever you want about me, truly. I mean this wholeheartedly. You can say whatever you want about me. Call me a bitch, call me a cunt, call me whatever. But don't sit there and put the stigma back on mental health that everyone is trying to remove. It's bad enough that we don't feel as if we can't open up about our feelings. Like, I've been very reserved in coming out and speaking about how I'm doing because one, I'm afraid to be called an e-beggar. Two, I'm afraid of the judgment that will come if I say how I'm feeling and what I'm going through. I'm not that tight with Diana. I like her a bunch, but we don't talk like that. Oh, okay. And listen, I know you're tight with a lot of people. Like, you're chill with a bunch of people. But I know that you'll always have my back, but you will also call me on my bullshit. I don't know. It's one of those things that, you know that nothing's going to change. You know that nothing's going to happen from it, but you can't sit there and just say, okay, well, that's my line. So, but I'm not going to say anything. Like I said, she even, last week brought my kid into it and that set me off. That's why I actually reported her page because she brought up a minor child. But that's where she goes. And when is enough going to be enough? Tanya, that is true because Maria has come straight to me about some shit. Listen, I'm not trying to start trouble with nobody, okay? I just want the fucking truth because she went out and came out, talked out of the side of her fucking neck, stating that she enjoyed being a bully. How can you say that? I'm only tight with 3 girls in this community. They're not even on here anymore. No, I mean that she will call you on your bullshit. Absolutely. Maria, Maria's my girl. I love her dearly. Love her dearly, okay? I care and respect everyone that's here right now because you guys are actually taking a stand. against this. You're listening to me, say my piece. Now I'm debating whether or not to even bother keeping this up because, you guys are right. Why bother? Why bother? And I hate feeling that fucking defeated. I've always been one to be able to communicate and teach and get people to change their mind. That's OC Red, Sweetness, Jess, and Evelyn. Listen, I have no problems with any of those people. None. I love Jess. She's awesome. She's amazing. OC, I don't have an issue with. I think she's chill, and I don't really remember Evelyn. Yes, you have. It is their fault because when they're doing it as an adult, that is a conscious choice. That is a conscious choice. Yeah. It just makes me sad. I'm going to be honest. It really, truly breaks my heart that people still think like that in this day and age. One, to keep it up, two, to put it on private. Of course, you're going to say keep it up, pup. I know that there are some people who said they were going to watch it on replay, so I might um keep it up for, let's say, 8 to 10 hours and then take it down. I just want a healthy discussion. That's all I want. I want to be able to discuss what I'm going through mentally and emotionally and actually physically in my world and not be made fun of or have it used as cannon fodder just because it came out of my mouth. I just hope that someone listening to this, whoever they may be, will get something from it. Whether it be, okay, you know what? I was wrong. They don't have to admit it publicly. They don't have to say anything. But I hope that someone gets something from it and it helps somebody. I just want to help people. And the fact that this girl came out the side of her fucking neck dogging people with mental health issues under the guise of, well, I have it so I can say whatever I want is not cool with me. I'm not down with that. I'm not. I can't be. Well, basically, Diana said that, if, me and Dawn were the bipolar twins and that everyone has suicidal thoughts and they should just build a bridge and get over it. If you show your emotions, you're an emotional person and you're on the internet, you either need to pocket it or get off the internet. That she was a bully in school and she enjoyed being the fat kid because Felicia said, oh man, that must have been really hard. She goes, no, I actually liked it because I was the bully. Then, before that saying, I came on YouTube, I had no emotions, I had no empathy, this, that, and the third. And it was okay. I don't know, man. Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. That's why it's like, I understand where people are coming from, where they're like, you can't change the person. It's not that I don't want to change that girl. I do. I want Felicia to look and open her eyes and see what she's actually fucking doing to people around her. I know that won't happen. I know in my heart and in my mind and my soul that, you guys are right. But what if there's someone here who listened to that hangout, who it sent spiraling, it triggered them in some kind of way, and this saved them because I made sure that it's known that everyone's feelings are valid and that they're okay. If I just helped one person from this entire thing, then I will consider that a success. But the stigma that Diahann put back on, especially bipolar disorder, is not okay with me. As I explained to other people, I've had people come to me, tell me that they're afraid of me. They think I'm going to be violent. I might get loud. I get loud quite often because I'm a very passionate person. That's only because I care. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be something else that I'm not. If anybody wants to come up and say their piece, I think I'm going to end it. Because right now I'm not very happy. I'm very angry, actually. I thought this would help, and it didn't. It just left me with more questions than answers because they're too much of a pussy to come in here and actually talk to me. Maria says, listen, I struggle with depression and panic attacks, borderline bipolar, and I hate when people act like I can just snap out of it, but I'm also strong enough to not let someone on here get to me. Maria, I'm going to explain something to you, and this was literally the night I went in and I committed myself. I was in such a deep depression that I didn't care if I died on my way there. I let a few people know where I was going, including my job. And now I'm currently out of work because they won't let me come back because I'm titrating meds and I'm not stable for my doctor to release me. She won't release me. So now I'm left with, trying not to cycle, trying to keep my moods under control, getting things done that I need to get done for myself, including, other things. I have a great support system out of this, but it's also nice to be able to come on here and speak with like-minded people who are going through the same thing that you are. Like when you're experiencing hypomania and you are, or you're starting to cycle back into depression or cycle into a mania, there are people that can help you snap out of it. But now I'm kind of holding back because I don't want to be made fun of. I am in a better place. Don't get me wrong. I'm not in like the mindset that I was super depressed. I can kind of get myself out of cycling and get myself back level. But now I have the stigma thrown back on me. Pup, you know how to get a hold of me. You ain't shaking me, bud. Telling you that out of the gate. You're too chill. I like you. But that's what I mean. And that's what I'm fighting for is the fact that people allowed Felicia, I'm saying people, not everyone, people or a person Felicia allowed Diahann to put the stigma back on mental health, back on bipolar disorder. And that's what makes me so angry. And that's what I've kind of been fighting for behind the scenes is the stigma to go away, to break down those walls because they have to. In order for people to realize that it's okay to cycle, it is okay to come on here and talk to people who understand how you feel, then yes, absolutely. But I'm not going to sit here and allow someone to blatantly just poo poo it away because I have bipolar, so I can say that. That is wrong. That is wrong. And like I asked earlier, the line has been drawn, the border has been the not the border, but the boundary has been set. The line has been drawn. What is the consequence for that? Is the consequence, going and hoping to God, going to freaking YouTube and saying, look, this person does nothing but spread hate? It's not even suffering, it's dealing with it and finding different ways to deal with it. But when you have one person can set someone back months, days, doesn't matter. One person can. And I'm strong enough to sit there and say, fuck you. See these? I'm going to pull a Felicia. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. To trying to set me back. But what if there was a person that was in the side chat, just lurking, whatever, hearing Diahann spew the garbage that she did, and it set them off? Or it made it seem this isn't a safe place for me to talk about things and get ideas and get advice. I'm not saying seek medical advice. If you are in that deep of a depression, please go to your nearest hospital and tell them you need help. This is not the place if you're suicidal at all. I agree with that statement, Maria. But again, where is the accountability held as a community? As a fucking community, because let's fucking face it, there are some people that don't like me, I don't like them, or whatever. I don't have issues with anybody. But where is the accountability held? Where is the community? Are we going to stand together, put all the past bullshit aside and say, you are so fucked up. Do not come over here anymore. If I have to stand up here by myself and say, I will, I'll shout it all day, every day. I don't care. But what's right is right and wrong is wrong. Bringing other people's mental health issues into the forefront of an argument is wrong. I had someone ask me, why didn't I go straight to her? I'd love to go straight to her, but she's got me blocked on every platform. And you're right, every story does have two sides. This is my side, they already explained theirs. So what is right and what is wrong? I want people to know right here, right now, my channel is a safe space. Someone dogs you out for saying anything, I will go to bat for you because it's not right. But I am drawing the line and I need help with other people standing behind me saying, this is wrong. You cannot do this ever again. Instead of dismissing it, saying, oh, well, that's just how she is. Or Diane's a liar. Or Felicia's this. And excusing the fucking behavior. I'm sick of it. I didn't get that grace when I fucked up when I was in a mania. I didn't get that grace. I still have my mistakes from 3 years ago thrown in my face. So there's this double standard there. I'm just saying. What do y'all think? When did Diahann say this? Yesterday. At this point, okay, if she doesn't want to out what she's been through to make her this way, then she just needs, as Diahann said so eloquently, get the fuck off the internet. She's causing too much pain to excuse it. She's causing way too much damage to excuse it. Oh, I know she craves attention, and I know I gave her exactly what she wanted. I know what I was doing. I know what I was doing. I know what I'm doing. I know what's going to happen. But I picked the battle. I picked the battle. But when someone goes out and blatantly just has no regard for anybody else's health and well-being and just gets excused away, like, oh, well, that's just Felicia. That's just how she is. That's Diahann. That's just how she is. Again, I was not allotted that grace. I came clean and I took my lumps or my punishment as I needed to, and still do. And still do. When is enough going to be enough? I hope I provoked some thought into what's actually going on in our little corner of the internet, our little community. I'm going to be honest, I really don't care what she's been through to do this. Yeah, I'm okay. Am I upset? Yeah, and I think rightfully so. But I'm sick and tired of people justifying the behavior. Like I said, I hope I provoked thought into saying, you know what? Maybe Tanya's right for once. Maybe, enough has to be enough, and we have to stand as a community and all together saying, you're fucked up. Leave us the fuck alone. Don't come to our chats. Don't. We don't want you here. You're not wanted. You're not welcome. Leave us all the fuck alone, because that's the only way I think that she's finally going to get the fucking hint that we're not going to fuck with her anymore. And the minute she starts talking about us, we shut it down for fucking bullying and harassment. Maybe she'll get the hint once her channel is fucking taken down permanently. I don't know. But something has to be done. Exactly, pup. I picked this battle. I'm just waiting for y'all to say something before I end it. And I'll leave it up for a little while for those of you who came in and said they were going to watch it on a replay. But anybody that I know that openly supports her, I'm done. I'm not saying that it's mean. You know what I mean? Muffin says, I'm not justifying shit. You know how I feel about that one, but you're wasting your time. There's always going to be new people for her to start her shit with and spin her stories about this community. But that's the other thing is things that involve me and my family keep on getting brought up. So of course it's going to be irritating. Do you see what I'm saying? Like it's a fucking clusterfuck. She is boring, but when she deliberately trashes someone or tries to gaslight them and then goes out and says the complete opposite, where's the line? Where's the line? I'm standing for it. I'm standing up against it, and I will speak out against it anytime she brings up anybody's mental health. I don't give a flying fuck who it is. Do I understand, Muffin, that there are going to be people that she's going to be spitting this bullshit to from that are new? Absolutely. But those people are also going to say, well, what's the other side? And there's going to be hard pressed evidence of what she said. You're right about that too, Maria. But I am focusing on the people that I care about. That's what I mean. This is involving people that I care about. She is going out and deliberately hurting and talking shit about people that have mental health disorders, that have come out publicly and said that they have these things. And she thinks it's open season to judge them and to diagnose them and to trash them. Maria, you know how I get. No, I'm not going to be spinning plates. That's the point is, if I leave this up, then they can come over and see for themselves. They can go to Scope and see for themselves. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm not going to come out every time she does something unless it's another mental health issue. Then I'm going to have a problem with it. May not be YouTube, might be Scope, or it might be Twitter. It might be one of those things, but I'm not going to just let it sit and stand where she can just annihilate someone because they have a mental health issue. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I'm going to come out here every fucking time she says something. No, because then I'd be here all fucking day and I have a life. I have a life. I have a child. I have a family that depends on me. But I have to do this for myself too, because she drugged me through the mud too. And I'm only speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for anyone else. Because I won't be spinning plates. I won't be addressing every little fucking thing. But I'm still torn on whether I'm going to keep this up or not. I've got one side of me saying I said my piece, I should just take it down. I've got another that says, you know what, leave it up. So that way people who start hearing her talk shit about me or talk shit about whoever can come to our channels and see it and see the other side. All I have to say is that this sweatshirt is doing me to change the subject to something a little bit more lighthearted. This sweatshirt is doing nothing for me. It's making me look like a sack of potatoes. I just actually looked at myself because I've been looking here. No, and I get it, but there are going to be some who will, even if it's just one. Even if it's just one. No, I don't know if I'm actually looking for results more so than just getting it off of my chest and putting it to rest as far as I'm concerned, because she is that vile of a human being. Muffin, we all know her alternative school, right? Right? For those of us who know, we all know about her alternative school. That in itself, she should be a little bit more sympathetic. Don't you think? I mean, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. I'm just expecting a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more grace and thinking back on everything. A lot of people on the other side don't want to know the truth. The drama that stems from this is more important. Night, Nani. Thank you for coming. Mwah, Nani. Thank you. Genuinely, thank you for coming. I appreciate it. I'm just seriously annoyed. Genuinely annoyed with the fact that the double standards on just on this platform in general, it's not even really just with her, but it's with the platform in general, and more specifically her, that she tends to get away with this because of it's just her. That's just who she is. That is the problem that I'm having. And it's something, again, that I'm dealing with another situation that I can't change. But I do love all you for showing up, and I do love y'all for supporting what I'm trying to do. I really do. I do care about you all a lot. We've all been through the fucking ringer, and I think that's the thing too, is that all of us together in some way, shape, or form have been through the gigs with this entire situation with this girl. You know, with the mentality of a 14 or a 15-year-old, and I know I'm insulting, early teenagers with that, but we've been through the gigs. We've been through the gigs with this chick, and nothing has changed. I've changed. Muffin's changed. Everybody has evolved and grown from this. But yet we've got one person who's stagnant, causing turmoil. Right, exactly. And I understand where you're coming from with that. I don't excuse Miguel's behavior for what he does that's negative because of who he is. You fuck up, you fuck up. Same thing with Mel. If you fuck up, own it and move on. Stop bringing shit up. You want shit to stop. I understand that mentality. I get it. I come from that. I want to have a conversation where it will all end. I do laugh at her genuinely, Muffin. I do. 99.9% of the time, I do laugh at her because she's absolutely fucking ridiculous. She's beyond ridiculous. I know you do, Maria, and I love you for it. I do. I love and respect every single one of you that's here. I may not have, 60, 70, 80 people in here, and that's fine. My little 22, 23 people that it keeps on floating around, I'm cool with. I'm chill with. But I will not allow. Same here. And that's the thing, is I have friendships that have lasted a very long time. The longest is Shannon. Like, that bitch ain't never getting rid of me, like, ever. So it is what it is. But when you go after someone's mental health, that is something beyond their control. Exactly. If you go back on our channel, 90% of it is me. 90% of it is me. It is absolutely quality people. And the few people that are watching that aren't saying anything, I hope to God you take something from this and pass it along. It's about being a human fucking being and just letting people be. If they have a mental health issue, let them sort it out themselves. Don't judge them for coming on the internet. And hey, Carla, I haven't seen you in a hot minute. How you doing, girl? Recap really is just Diahann, Life with Diahann C, however you want to call her, wants to call people out for for bullshit, for mental health, for saying that, she enjoyed being a bully. I know, Maria. She said, she enjoyed being a bully when she was a kid, that, everyone has suicidal thoughts. Build a bridge and get over it. If you have emotions and you're on the internet, either you have to pocket them or, get off the internet. That's basically it. And Felicia allowed it on her channel and agreed with the things that she said. Oh, and me and Dawn are bipolar twins. I think that's about it. Honestly, most people don't care. Kind of like you told Mel, people flock to drama. They do. They flock to the train wreck. Abso-freaking-lutely, they flock to the train wreck. I'm not trying to be a train wreck. I'm trying to prevent one. And I know, Maria, I'm the same way. It's like, you murdered somebody. All right, bitch, where's my lie? And where's the body? Let's get it done. I'm the same way. Why is that being held for review? Ugh, mental health is not something to fuck with. That's sad that they're doing that. And it is. Unfortunately, this thing is about 3 hours long. If you go through like the first 45 minutes, that's where most of it comes out. You don't have to listen to the rest. I am going to keep this up for a little while and then decide tomorrow morning if I'm going to take it down. But there were people at work that just popped in and said they would watch it on the replay. But at the end of the day, I'm sick of the double standard. I really, truly am. I'm sick of the double standard. I'm sick of the fact that, oh, it's just her, or that's where my frustration lies. And I'm not going to keep on reiterating myself because then I sound really dumb. I just wish that more people gave grace to those of us who are actively dealing with mental health issues and mental health disorders, and not using them as cannon fodder and saying, oh, well, if you have emotions, get over it. Get off the internet. You need a thick skin. I have a thick skin. People fucking trash me all the time. But not when it comes to this. No. All right, Carla. I'll talk to you soon, my love. I can't with this chick. I can't. Like I said, I think I'm going to start a GoFundMe and start a slap a bitch store, but I have to have a bunch of you come with me so we can round robin the arrests. And no, it's not a threat, Felicia. It's a joke. ASMR. I've got the good nails for it now. All right, y'all. If you don't have anything else to say, or if anybody doesn't want to get up on panel, I think I'm going to end it. All right, Mia, we'll talk soon, Maria. If anybody is interested, my PayPal link is on my Twitter profile. If you feel like helping, great. If not, awesome, great. I'm having a hard time. Not gonna lie. But hey, it's no different than the tip jar, right? All right, guys. I'll talk to y'all soon. Have a good night. Bye. Mwah.